Hello everyone on Twitch.tv. We're bringing you from the Ink Cup Week 62 this week here. My name is Neptune, and I'm not alone in this endeavor.
No, you are not, Neptune. My name is Ideas, and we will be your lovely commentators for the first half of this tournament.
Yeah, for sure. From the Ink Cup is always one of, if not one of my favorite, how do I say it? Spectator experiences, because you never know what you're going to see. A lot of teams are experimenting, trying to figure out a little bit more stuff about comps, and they're here to have fun and take some names and just overall have a great time as well here. And we are going to be loading into the lobby here, and I gotta take a note of one of these team names here. Idea.
Oh, go ahead, please enlighten me. I would love to
Okay.
know.
Okay, so the story with this one here, if you guys haven't noticed already, one of the team names is called Neptune's Daycare. That's me, right? And apparently these are members of what was it, Pyramid Scheme, that wanted it to play, but the Pyramid Scheme roster is already too big, right? So it's a combination of their JV as well as varsity teams, since they initially were more of a collegiate team, so they tend to be a bit more aggressive here. So that's what you're going to see out of them here. Some more aggressive players here.
That is very Neptune's Daycare. That is going to be very fun to. So I can. Is it safe to say that you have a lot of knowledge about these players? Then, right? Surely they, if they're your daycare,
Yeah,
you must know the ins and out of each of every
yeah,
one of them.
I do take care of them quite a bit here. I've been helping coach a little bit of them and just like tell a bit of their habits here. But enough about them. I do want to highlight a little bit about Ink Under's roster here. The one member that's standing out to me is Dodger, right? Supposedly, right, from my sources, right? I'm not going to reveal who said this, but they are somehow a Octobrush and Wiper player that had 3k X power somewhere. So very strong player indeed as well. So I'm curious to see how what was it, an Octobrush comp or a Wiper comps, because generally those play very fast, you know, they're very fluid and flexible, and Zipcaster and Hammer can just lead to all sorts of fun situations as well. But what was it? I do also want to highlight the map modes coming up here as well. We have Tower Control, Hagglefish Market here. What are your thoughts on this map mode here, Ideas?
So Tower Hagglefish is definitely one of the map modes where I can look at that and go, this is always something I want to see in my round one, round twos, because of how balanced this is. One of the better maps, I would say, is compared to a lot of other ones, especially for Tower. It can feel very one-sided sometimes. So seeing something that is so just down to earth and really grounded feels so incredible to watch, especially because it gives both teams amazing opportunities to kind of show out and really put on the stage what they're bringing to the table this time and what they're going to give us.
Yeah, as you said before, just like this map mode's pretty classic here. A lot of comp players generally like Hagglefish, you know? And Tower Control is very unique in the sense that, like, both the left and right hand sides are less committal because you could swim back and forth between them, right? Rather than having to jump up onto the platforms and just having to just go all the way on the route on the right side. It's just one clean slope here, but hey, we're finally getting into it as well. We have Inked Under in this beautiful lime green in representing the Alpha's team, and the Bravo team, we're going to have Neptune's Daycare. Let's get into this one and ideas. What's standing out to you with these comps?
Instantly, the thing that's going to stand out to me the most is this Octobrush. This is not something that you're going to see every day, especially not for a mode like Tower Control, which you did bring that up earlier. Dodger being that 3k X power Octobrush player is definitely something that's going to come shine out. So it's very interesting to see what will be brought to the table.
Yeah, definitely. I will have to say though, what was it? Neptune's Daycare do have some Octobrush players they obviously play with in-house scrims as well. So I'm curious to see how that experience will translate into someone that's stacking up here. But you can see 3 down in the situation. It's just the Octobrush left to fend for themselves here. The tower is going to start riding through the Daycare as well. And right now, the first checkpoint is going to be under contention here, Ideas.
Contention, it is under the zip coming out, forcing them off of that tower, finding the pick and stopping that push for just a little bit longer. Really showing that it's not that Octobrush is going to be putting in work and not just sit around, do nothing, maybe feed. No, they're gonna get shit done just like that.
Wow, and a beautiful Booyah Bomb from Ink Under as well there. And you saw the Octobrush putting in work right now. Cooler's is dished out right here. And now Ink Under is looking for an opportunity to push up here, taking out the end parries as well. So now it's just the 52 Gal and the S-Blast holding out. Never mind, it's just only the Gal here. The Gal is forced to back up here, and now the Ink Under is going to have a clean first checkpoint here. Ideas.
With this Booyah coming out is going to allow them to even have a stronger time really getting through this first check. As you noted, just going to make it very easy. Unfortunately, they do look like they're going to get backed off with Neptune's Daycare really being able to push in and really knock them out, showing that togetherness and how well they're able to stick together and like take these 2v1s. Something that I'm sure you're very proud of, seeing as you've worked with them to improve their gameplay.
For sure, for sure. I am proud to be having these people at my daycare here and just putting on a show here, going for this first checkpoint as well here. Fantastic wipe out there earlier, and just Ink Under is not going to be the one on the back foot here. That I thought previously this was going to be a little bit more of a snowball, as that's how tower control maps generally be here. The first checkpoint still isn't clear with one left here. Ideas
Just
help
neither team able to really get that last point they need. It can be so difficult, especially because of that right hold up there on that plat. You can just have like one Zuka get shot and instantly you're under a lot of fire just due to the downhill nature of that.
Yeah, for sure. It's very difficult here, but hey, you know, shutting down that Zipcaster, throwing down Cooler right now, these teams are neck and neck. The first checkpoint is going to go to Ink Under right now, and clearly the snowball is starting to form right here. The momentum is swinging in their favor. We have the end carries trying to flank and get onto that tower right here, but unfortunately, Tower 2, the second checkpoint right here, is already fallen right here. Things are going a little bit out of control right now, but the daycare is coming back in a situation and looking for ways to go through, and they do manage to recover this ideas.
Thankfully, they did manage to recover before they got any further past the second check. That's going to be really good for them if they can make it past this first check. Definitely a struggle, but if they can get past that and the second check, they just need a couple more points. And we do see a DC for Neptune's Under. Will they be able to push it through with such a downside?
Oh man, I guess I'm going to be removed from taking care of this daycare here because I seem to have lost track of one of the members here. They are no longer alive, and this is just really unfortunate here because according to the DEC rules, right, you're not eligible for after I believe 50 points as well. So they're going to have to play this one out here, ideas.
And it is so unfortunate. Maybe you should invest in maybe some leashes or Ethernet cables. That could definitely help out.
I don't know. Maybe the Ethernet cable could be both for the Switch as well as a leash as well. I'm not entirely sure how we want to handle this, but hey, it just seems like Ink Under.
Yeah.
Okay, but Ink Under is just going to see if they can just push this out here. Very difficult for, the remaining members here to be able to push this out. The checkpoint is still not going to fall here. They're holding on by a thread right now, so, you know what? Hey, this is always, it's now or never here. Gotta find something or some reason to be able to keep pushing it back here as well. And just, this is just amazing ideas.
It is truly important for all players to know that no matter what happens, you keep on fighting. You never give up. And that is the mentality we're going to see from Neptune's Daycare. Going in there, getting a couple picks, and just trying to really find that ground to get through and trying to find some paint. It's just so difficult being a player down. It's just...
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's definitely very difficult, right? With 10 seconds remaining right here, there's only so much you can do in the constant disadvantage state. Zuka being popped in your face along with Zipcaster right here. Gonna secure the tower. Wipeout goes to Ink Under here. Fantastic job there, giving them game number 1 for Tower Control Hagglefish. That was some gameplay. That was some amazing gameplay. A lot of back and forth until that PC their ideas.
Yeah, it was really. I feel honestly, maybe I should congratulate you as well for how well you taught Neptune's Daycare. But both teams are doing a very good job showing that they're both not relenting in that aggressive nature and just really going in and giving that like tug and war almost kind of pull of gameplay.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. What was it? We gotta mention, like, how do I say it? This is a play all 3 set as well. So regardless of the game 2 result right now, for groups from the Ink Up, they're going to be play all 3. So at the end of the day, we are going to have 3 matches that is play it as well. So overall, oh, this is going to be quite interesting going into map number 2, Rainmaker Crab Leg Capital as well. So this is quite an interesting Rainmaker map. A lot of mixed opinions, ideas, but what are your thoughts on it?
Honestly, this is not a map that I can say I enjoy playing personally. If I'm seeing it in
Oh, it's Scorch. Oops, my bad.
yeah,
Thank you, Thime. Thank you. Okay, we got to give a shout out to our producer Thime here, just correcting us a little bit here. Unfortunately, I cannot read map names, and what was it? It's going to be Scorch Gorge instead as well. But ideas, do you want to talk a little bit more about this one here?
yeah. So I'm gonna be a Div 1 hater of Squirt's Gorge. I have only ever enjoyed this mode in Clan Blitz. Nowhere else have I enjoyed it. It just has
Okay.
always felt like such a drag to me. But personally, my opinion isn't that important. I think as a mode, in looking at it objectively, it's pretty good actually.
Yeah, I can see that
That
for sure.
I
Uh,
definitely believe that the smaller tower that we have in Rainmaker is definitely one of the benefactors that make this mode a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, for sure. And just Scorched Rainmaker is just one of those things that just how do I say it? It's more about the ramp, all about that ramp, and just
Mhm.
setting up there and trying to get the Rainmaker as far or as long from that, because that ramp area is the place of contention right there. If you control that and you are able to get the picks afterwards, the Rainmaker is able to swim forward. Otherwise, you're gonna have a pretty miserable time trying to push through as well here. And I'm curious to see how both these teams are doing it, because like the most anchor weapon I think I see from any of these teams was the edit on Ink Underside, and I'm curious to see if it will return once again for game at number 2 ideas.
Do you think that that paint is definitely going to be an issue? It's like a wise man once said, here in Rainmaker Civilization, you can either take the left check or the right check. And you always take the right check because the left check is so dangerous and so risky. And it's just not worth the little bit of value you get from having a slightly easier push into that final check.
Yeah, for sure. This is one of those Rainmaker maps, kind of like Rainmaker Humpback. I am familiar with teams that somehow love to push on the left side of Rainmaker Humpback and make that work, but 9 times out of 10, just go for that right checkpoint. Knock it out really easily as well here. But hey, we're loading into game number 2. Seems like they're going to be sticking with the same comps on Ink Underside as well. And a shot is coming out instead on the side of the daycare.
Definitely trying to bring in that more aggressive paint, more active, proactive painting that we're going to see from this shot here. Instead, trading over the head, losing out on a bit of popping power, something I think is a very interesting choice.
Yeah, for sure. It's quite interesting here, especially with this fight in the pit right here. It's very difficult to contest the blaster, especially under a ledge right there. And already Ink Under is just going at it right here, moving really quickly and fast into the base right here, but unable to find anyone right now. 2 members go down real quick here, but 3 go down from the daycare. A wipeout already happens here.
That for Power of Zuka is not to be played with. Just one pop of it can get you a lot of power very quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
That
There's a stagger going on here. Ideas here. It's already gonna go to 22. This momentum is absolutely insane, and Ink Under is showing why they should be the what was it? The more dominant figure in this game right here. Because 22 is a really strong push for the rest of this game here. Ideas.
honestly, once you get it past that little like sign right there, every point is just like a million points, it feels like, especially into your 20s on this map. You just can't get up that ramp without a wipeout. And seeing such a strong push early on into the game is really going to sway it in your favor.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be quite interesting to see how the daycare is going to be able to deal with this. They're cleaning up the members in their spawn right now, and now starting to start looking at the middle of the map right now. The Rainmaker is a little bit, what was it? Just sitting there, just almost popped right now. That's finally going to pop. Commentator's cursed right now. Now, it's going to be a little bit of an interesting situation how the daycare is going to have to find a way to break out of this situation, especially with some of the shorter range weapons on their comp right here.
Yeah, like this brush can really just go in at any time and just try and find something. Fortunately enough, Daycare was able to stop that push and really just shut them down a little bit, trying to find these picks one after the other to get this slow stagger and find some more momentum piece by piece. Which
Yeah. piece by piece, pick by pick. The daycare has been able to just go in and get just two, like a beautiful play from the end parries right there as well. So we're going to be looking at a situation here where the members are going to be a little bit split here. Dodger's going to try and go for a little bit of a hero play, but they are coolered, and now it's going to be the daycare's time here to go over and get this checkpoint here. You just need a little bit more momentum here. You have quite the big hill to beat if you want to be able to get them 22 plus there as well.
And even with cooler, we do hear the Zuka is out, but is it going to be enough? A push just like this with only one to defend, they're able to find the lead they need and get a wipe just on that to get this pop and take it a little bit further. Unable to get the KO, but leaving it at 3 might as well be a KO on a map like this where you just cannot find room to push back in. But it is not over until it is over.
It's not over till it's over. And I thought 22 was a pretty sound push before, but the daycare came back here saying, no, let's show you how you do a real push on this map, and just staggered that Rainmaker perfectly into opportunity right there to get it to basically what you said, a near knockout situation right here. It's not over till it's over, but definitely Neptune's daycare should be able to find some ways to just hopefully slow this down and just play the defense as needed for the last 2 minutes here. Ideas.
Speaking of defense, it looks like 2 is going to go down, losing a lot of their defense, unfortunately going down to a wipe. But will that be enough? Probably not. This map is very heavily favored towards defensive play. So I don't honestly see them getting back in there without a second wipe happening. But honestly, with a minute left, 45 seconds on that Rainmaker, it could very well happen.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with the Zuka coming out. All the specials are online for this. The daycare as well. And right now, it is an absolute bloodbath. 2 for 2, picks for picks right now. It's just a scramble situation, just trying to get as many picks as possible to move that Rainmaker forward here. But it's very difficult, especially with the Julia Bomb being popped here at the very last second and going to collapse on that brush right there, who's been the main momentum starter for this team right here. Philimopolis is trying to run in. 13 seconds left on this Rainmaker. It is do or die for Ink Unders right now. That Rainmaker needs to go soon, otherwise it's going to blow up and go back to the center of the map.
Oh, with only a couple seconds left, they do lose the Rainmaker on that left check, but still keeping a lot of momentum up there and a lot of pressure on daycare to keep up this defensive play. Hopefully going for an overtime push is going to be their play here. Even that's going to take it right down to the wire at that. Really showing us that both teams...
Oh, no! No! Oh, the pressure got to the daycare member right there. It is unfortunately, that parry's unfortunately dropped, but they're quickly going to jump out here. Booyah Bomb is online here. This is going to be a really tense situation here, because the game's not over until that Rainmaker is splatted or the 40 seconds is over right now. So it's a very interesting situation it could be in if you are Ink Under here, because you have to go to use as much time as possible to be able to go through this as well. So you just have to find this opening here, but unfortunately 2 members go down here. Dodger is under fire here from this Trizuka as well. A Booyah Bomb cooler is tossed out here. Ideas, I think this might be the end.
This just might be the end, pushing them right off that block, forcing them to go around, and we're able to find the RM pick they need for Neptune's daycare to take the game right there. An amazing play by them to take it all the way down by 3, and an even better defensive hold for what felt like 2 minutes of that match, honestly. Just really well played by them. Very little paint, good use of managing their specials in a manner where they can just keep cycling them one after the other to maintain that aggressiveness they need.
Yeah, for sure. Here we do have the replay here, thanks to our lovely producer Time. Just we got to look at this push here from the daycare right here. You know, quickly getting the blood member down here, popping this Rainmaker as well. A cooler dish out right here, staggering your specials as you should right there on Rainmaker. The dually is going in for such a big play that multiple members go down here, going all the way down to 11, getting a wipe out here. One more Rainmaker pop going all the way down to 3 that put Ink Under on the back foot for the rest of that game and needed to have a response to break through the spawn defense that is the daycare. Absolutely insane gameplay from both teams here. Ideas.
It was truly insane to watch that game, and I have to ask, did you during that game, did you like go ahead and lock up the daycare doors? Because that defensive play was absolutely insane. just
I didn't. I don't know. I'm not the one who locked the door, but it is locked. I can confirm. I don't think they're allowing anyone else in there as well. So I think this is what we call being locked in, both literally and metaphorically speaking as well. So now we are going to be going to the elusive game three, Splatzone's Barnacle and Dime, and I tend to see this to be generally around like this like skill level or so. Just a lot of teams struggle to like find their entryway. So I think the first engagement and whoever gets zone and control of the enemy's platform first and foremost is probably likely going to be swinging the momentum and controlling the pace of the game there.
I honestly have to agree with you. Whenever we're seeing these games where the players are just not as good as having that like deep level of connection with the game state and understanding when you should do something and just kind of having an understanding of, hey, let's do this then, let's do this after it. It can be a struggle for a map like Zones, especially a map that locks out so easily, to really just be there, and understand, hey, let's back up, let's get some jumps in, let's be a little bit more defensive while keeping zone. Or, hey, we need to push up. We might not have zone, but we need to take this space up here. That's something I see a lot of teams struggle with.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a struggle, as you said right there, because it just feels like Barnacle is one of those intricate map modes, right, where you really need to use your specials, right, and time them correctly to take not only control of your area of the map as well, but also go across zone as well. You do have those two flank routes. I'm going to be keeping an eye out on that. That's going to be under hot contention for both the end parries and the daycare side, as well as the Octo Brush on Inked Unders as well here. So it is game number 3. This is for all the marbles here and the set win as well. So this could determine whoever gets to go to a higher bracket as well. So let's rock and roll, ideas.
Speaking of rolling, we do see the brush going straight for the flank, going in, taking a lot of space on that right side, just allowing Ink Under to kind of get a hold. Unfortunately, they are going to lose one, which is going to just kind of slow down the pace of their game and really make them play a little bit more defensively up here. Just kind of almost getting staggered, fortunately able to get these couple picks in and recover just in time.
Yeah, this Dualies is making it impossible for Inked Under to be able to get back their platform right there. Clicking Splashdown one more time here to secure another kill. This Dualies is on fire right now. You cannot stop them, especially with all the chip damage that is provided here. And forcing Inked Under on the back foot right now. Setting up on this platform, which is oh so crucial that I pointed out before right now. They're going to be forced to just have to find resources as well as the power to break through this formation that the daycare set up here, ideas.
They are showing us that they are locking down the daycare doors once again with this defensive play. Not just going to let them get in here for free. And just really slow them down and make them go at their own pace. Just this hold right here, how strong it has been, just getting this slow staggering motion on Ink Thunder they have.
Yeah, definitely. We saw a beautiful 2v1 with the platform. Well, it was someone on the platform and the end carries as well. It's 10 seconds till knockout here, and this Rapid's going to click Whales right now to help secure the game. They're going to make a beeline to that zone there, but unfortunately, Ink Under just could not find the response there and set up as appropriately as they needed right there, giving a convincing just paint the zone at 100-0 knockout right there, ideas. I cannot understate how beautiful that was from the daycare side.
I'm sure it's all. Is this like for you? Is it like a father seeing their child all grown up? I just have to know. It was an incredible game by Neptune's Daycare, just showing that defensive aggression.
Oh man, because like I don't know, I never can say I am a parent, but I know like I have siblings that are parents recently, right? My brother just recently had a newborn earlier this year, and all I can say is I'll be talking to him this weekend to see is this how you feel typically when your child accomplishes something amazing as quickly as 100-0 knockout here? Because just look at this momentum. It was just a constant stagger loop there. I gotta thank Thyme for getting that replay there as well. Shout outs to the production team as well and all their efforts for these beautiful overlays as well as getting these replay codes as well. But yeah, ideas. That was an amazing set to watch right there.
It really was. It just both teams really showing out how strong they can be at their best. And there is definitely always going to be room for improvement for both teams. Definitely they have mistakes, but every time I saw a mistake from either team, they instantly said, "Hey, we're not going to do that again," and fix it up right then and there. And that's something that I think is something everybody can learn from.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. And it just goes to show like why From the Ink Up is like one of my favorite tournaments, right? As well. It's just like there's just so many how do I describe it? Instances that like you think something's going to happen and just the exact opposite happens. And it's just such a joy and pleasure to watch right here, which is why we're going to have more From the Ink Up action following up soon. We're going to be cutting to a short break here. I've been Neptune, and I've been working with my co-host Ideas here to cover these matches here, along with our lovely producer Thyme. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys soon. Hello, hello, and welcome back to From the Ink Up Week 62 again. If you got, and see that previous game as well, my name is Neptune, and I'm not alone in covering this next matchup that's going to be live right here as well.
No, Neptune, we can never let you be alone. I am Ideas, and I will be co-commentating with you. And we are excited to get into our round 2 of bracket right here, or of pools rather.
Yep. So
So
we're still round two of groups as well here, ideas, and I'm just gonna say another set of banger team names coming out here. We have Up Inc. the From again, in parentheses right there. Really, really funny name. It's still making me snicker. I was laughing about this one in the production back room as well. And then we have Zaza Gang as well. And what was it? I am familiar with at least one of these players. If you want to hear me out here, ideas.
oh, let me lock in real quick and tell me about him.
Yeah, so I do recognize Ranny, what was it, as well. So I believe they are a Brella player 99% of the time. So they are trying to push, I believe, the Tenebrella as well as the Sorella uh, Vanilla Brella. I don't know. Is that how, what's it? Just Sorella Brella? Sorella, like,
I
a Vanilla
believe
Brella? I
it's
don't know.
Sorella, but it
I don't
might be Sorella Tinderella, and then the normal one's not Sorella, and it's like maybe a custom or something. I don't
is it,
remember.
I'm not
I
entirely
don't think it's
sure.
custom. I know it's not. I don't think it's custom.
Yeah, as well.
Consider my
So
favorite resource.
yeah, for sure. I'm not too familiar with the Brellas class here, but I do anticipate to see them coming out as well. Whether you're going to get the 10 or the regular or base Brella kit as well here, you're just going to have a lot of strong specials. Zuka and Inkjet are just like fantastic specials, especially I think on Inkblot Art Academy, where the basket area is a high point of contention for those specials to just be able to just move up and get the picks as needed to be able to push up into the clam basket here. But ideas, you want to share some of your thoughts with this map mode here?
So you do bring up that they have a Brella player, and I just in my head every time I'm seeing Brella and Inkblot, I'm already thinking about just that Brella going in with that, going in off of that ramp, going in off the left ramp as well, and just launching it, and just how terrifying that can be for you because you do not have any information if there's someone behind you or not, if there's any potential you need to fight, and it's gonna take a lot of your pain and just gives you a lot of focus.
Yeah, for sure. And we're gonna have a pink from again, and the bright purple versus Zaza gang in orange here. And already we just the Stamper is coming out swinging here, and already halfway to the Crab Tank here. I do think Crab Tank, if it gets set up on one of these little stack areas right here, could be really deadly and set up a push right here. But as you can see, Zaza gang is gonna be on the back foot here, going two members down here. Ideas, what is going on?
I honestly I cannot tell you. I feel like I looked away for just 1 second and up thing from was all in their base, just really getting right up close to their face, getting a couple picks there. Unfortunately, they did go down. And Zaza game just was unable to retaliate for a little bit. And then instantly, it was just like nothing even happened.
Yeah,
But
for sure. Just very difficult situation for what was it, for Zaza gang there, but they do manage to make the most of it. Only bleeding one power clam into the basket here, and typically that is not a very safe lead as well. Just one power clam is not enough to secure the game right here, and now Zaza's gang is going to be the one pushing up here. I guess.
a lot of the time, that one power clam can honestly be a detriment because you give them a free power clam just by doing that. If you're not able to really capitalize off of it, they can take that disadvantage and turn it into a major advantage because that takes them down from, say, maybe only getting one power clam and a couple in to getting a 40-point lead and more, which is really just so intense in the moment.
Yeah,
With
for
how
sure.
fast
Yeah, for sure. Just how fast this mode is going as well here. It's just a lot of situations that like are just giving Zaza game can give a lot of opportunities here, but just the constant special pressure and the crab setting up on this stack here, as I mentioned earlier, is going to apply a lot of pressure. You're not going to find any picks right now, but the clam economy is going to be in the favor of being red. But never mind, shutting down the Stamper with the 7 clams right there is going to definitely be a what was that? A hole in the plan that the Ink from was trying to conduct there. But this is a very difficult situation, and Zaza gang is just trying to find one little opening to get back to victory, I guess.
like, they're just trying to find a little bit of something, but up the ink from just never gonna relent. They're constantly having this roller just push in and try and get that bubble up there so they can get this push, and they do find it, able to get the power clam in with Cooler as well. So these jumps, these deaths they're taking are not going to be the most impactful because they can just get right back in and get set up right up at mid once more, really keeping Zaza game just on the hot seat and really just in like a very bad position, still finding more and more clams to push in It's going
Oh,
to put them quite the downside right now.
oh my goodness, just so much pressure and just momentum that just came at him up the ink from. And that's that's a tongue twister. Try saying that 5 times fast as well. Every time I mention this team name here, they're just finding some ways to twist up not only my way, but the enemy's game plan with this amazing wipeout here. Rainey's gonna pass these clams here. You know, they're playing the T-Tech here and saying, you know, this is a fantastic support option. You can never really go wrong with a T-Tech on your comp as well with those beautiful strikes right here. But Zaza Gang once again on the back foot. They're trying to find some sort of response here. They do manage to get the picks here, but they need more than just a play defense here.
Especially with this Zap just for up ink the from getting so much cooler constantly. Every single push they're taking, they're going in already high off the cooler and just really gonna put them, even if they don't work that push out, it's almost free for them to take that push, and really keeping Zaza Gang just on the back and not relenting with another bubble.
Oh man, this roller, I gotta give it up for the roller on the ink from as well. Huddy's consistently setting up these bubbles and finding not only these crucial doubles, but these triples as well that just lead to so much here. One more clam is necessary here. Rainey's gonna try and run up here, but a wipeout happened. Hey, I've seen miracles happen before, and let's see if they manage to be able to do this one as Zaza can quickly storm up here, already up in the base, just quickly as possible here to try and shut down here. But the speed of the push can only keep up with just the amount of paint that's on the floor there, and just leads to another wipeout as well there. Unbelievable just how quickly that got shut down, their ideas.
Honestly, they took that aggressiveness they had and put it straight into force, got them out of there instantly. We're just not gonna let them have anything. Just incredible work by Up Ink the From to really stop them and just hold them in their tracks, slow down that push they made, and tell them it's not going to be that easy.
Yeah, for sure.
You might see the God push come out from Zaza Gang, but having 2 power clams up, but unfortunately not having the players to throw them.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. I think they missed the basket there, ideas. That was, I saw the moment. I saw that momentum there because Zaza Gang had the momentum there in their favor. The ball was literally in their court right there and just ready to push up and break into the basket there. But just how well played, just up the ink from again, just playing this. They just constantly was able to just find answers to whatever Zaza Gang was trying to attempt right there. And just, there's not many opportunities to just push up there. We do gotta appreciate just like how quickly and coordinated how up the ink from is again, just quickly cycling these clams right here. And V-Roller is one of the weapons that a lot of people are talking about recently, and just it can be really strong, especially if it's not kept in check. And I think that Zaza Gang is slowly going to try and see if they can make these adaptations as well. And just, it's just absolutely insane just how quickly Up the Ink from again it was able to just keep all this momentum and go through with this.
Yeah, and honestly, if they're able to really keep the ropes on that roller with how almost passive you could say that roller is, with just only going in with that bubble, only going in with that curling, only going in when their team is ready, even if they were able to check that roller, it might not have been enough just because of how that roller can instantly go from, okay, I need to go into aggression. I have Ninja, I can just go straight for their base. I can keep them on their toes, which will allow my team to kind of compensate that more slowness that we're having to pick up that pace.
Yeah, for sure. And something I'm noticing about Zaza Gang's comp here is like there's a little bit of a disjoint, I think I'm noticing, because it seems like they have this tri-stringer that they're trying to set up here and like play a lot of defense with, right? As well as having a Carbon that just moves really, really fast, right? A Carbon, if players, right, are quickly able to just capitalize off the doubles or triples they get off from being left unchecked as well. Because not only what was it, a roller is not exclusive to Up the Ink from side. Zaza Gang with their own Carbon roller is able to go really quickly. However, it's just about setting up those 2 weapons to be able to work together. That's been the main point, the pain point, I guess, for Zaza Gang there. So I'm curious to see if they're going to be able to fix that up a little bit here, as well as move up just and take contention of this zone here, as well as take a game from up the ink from again.
Both teams bringing out the try intent. That is not something I was going to expect at all. Tent on this map is something I think is very interesting. It doesn't feel like a tent map to me, but every time I see a tent player play it, it just works. Maybe there's something I'm missing.
As someone who talks to a lot of 10 players, okay, we got a shot out that Carbon play right there, immediately shutting down that 10 umbrella there. I'll tell the story another time here, I guess, because I gotta focus on Zaza gang here, taking immediately so much pressure off this zone here. This Carbon roller is putting in the work here and forcing specials from up the income again. Crab Tank, it got popped, Junior got, his bubble got popped as well. And just a lot of interesting interactions happening just to keep this zone as well in the favor of the Ink From again.
Up Ink the From just really pushing in, taking every single special they had and just using it to push them out, even if it only got 1 or 2 picks. The Carbon once again able to find the clean pick on the 10 and just slow down a lot of momentum. Unfortunately, we're going down to the try, but the try getting down themselves. It's just going to allow Zaza Gang to get right back in, keep this paint, keep mid, and just get a couple more points on the board, enough to score the lead.
Yeah, for sure. This Carbon is not letting this 10 Umbrella set up or play the game. I'm not sure what they did, but the 10 Umbrella has made this Carbon ferocious for these kills here as well, and just creating situations that just lead to a lot of members down and the other members of Zaza going to be able to move up here. But hey, the roles are going to be reversed here with 3 going down from Zaza Gang, and the Blaster is going to strategically jump out right here. But no, we have F7 here sharking with the Carbon once again here. Let's see what happens here, ideas.
And we see a pick on the stamp, a pick on, and a triple just like that. Carbon really just gets to do whatever it wants, as long as you're willing to walk in front of it.
Just for sure. Just if you walk in front of it here, count your prayers. It is going to be your own demise there as well.
Count your prayers? What time do you have to count them? That will knock you out in just a second with the swift slap.
So true as well here. It's just, this is Carbon's playground map, if I have ever seen a Carbon map designed for the weapon here as well here. But strategically shutting down that Crab Tank with the Rage Blaster there, that is going to be huge for Zaza Gang as they're trying to contest, I think, people going into their spawn right here rather than going here to create a pinch effect to capture the zone right now. That is quite the unique play that I don't think I see many teams perform as well here.
Definitely can't say I have seen too many teams go an incredible Zuka cancel from the Carbon once again, really showing out. It's almost like they just know every second they're on stream, they're about to get this game.
I feel like this Carbon roller has like a spidey sense essentially for what this Tenebella is trying to do. Every single time they try to do something, like right now, this Carbon is somewhere around this location here. But hey, they've been managing to create enough of a distraction and enough of a whole team to be able to cap this zone here for enough time to swap the lead here, and now putting Zaza again quite a bit on the back foot right here. The numbers is not looking too well right here. The zone needs to be painted shortly and soonly, otherwise it's going to be a knockout here. Both these teams are going back and forth here, ideas, and I'm not sure what's going to happen anytime soon.
Does look like Zaza Gang will be able to get the zone, get a couple of picks as well too, with the Kraken coming out to really get everybody off, taking this zone, not only giving them a penalty, but also allowing them to start getting rid of their own penalty too, because that has been holding them back this game for quite a minute now.
Yeah, for sure. 1 more minute left on the clock right here. Cooler and Crab Tank is going to be popped right here. So they're going to be trying to move up with that right here. But let's see if the cat specials are going to be counting here as well. But a Junior is going to be on the zone here and prevent the Blaster from being able to shoot towards any of the members of Ink the From again here and get a clean wipe out there. That was beautiful special coordination here, allowing up Ink the From again to be able to take the zone and hopefully lock out the members of Zaza.
With just how strong that special coordination was, as you said, we saw Cooler get popped, we saw a Crab come out, and then we saw a Bubble come out. Just 3 specials in such like short succession, all working together in such tandem to really just get in there, get the zone, get these picks, and allow them to take it all the way to the KO just like that.
Oh man, that blaster player just immediately succumbed to the to what was it, the ink mine right there, unable to help on zone with their body going right back to spawn right there. Ink the from again going to take the game count and make it 2-0 on the scoreboard as well. But it is a play all three set, so that means there is going to be one more game as well. So yeah, let's see how these teams are going to shape up here. But we got to talk about this replay here, ideas.
We really do, because instantly you see the cooler come out, and then you see the crab come out, a bubble gets popped, a Zuka gets popped, all four specials came out from them. And they just were able to find one pick after another, getting the white, putting them in terrible situations to get that lead right there and just hold.
Yeah, for
And it was
sure.
incredible.
Yeah, for sure. I gotta just admire the beauty and like the sequencing of those events here. We saw Cooler, Crab, Zuka, and Bubble. I think all in that order here. So let's just analyze a little bit of that right here as well. So Cooler, instant respawns and just be able to move up fast. The Crab tank is going to create that space to make people back off from the zone right there. So the Zuka can get additional. Could be pushed further up as well. And then with those Zuka shots going up as well, along with the Crab tank fire, the Bubble is just free to run straight to zone and just cap it right there, preventing Zaza Gang any chance of getting it there as well here. But hey, we have to talk about the next map mode here, which is going to be Ship Shape TC as well. So I'm not sure how you feel about this one, but generally, if like you're going to play a TC map, this is one of the TC maps that comes up to mind here.
I have to agree with you. And honestly, this is the one that when I think about it, I almost think about it as like kind of a reverse hammerhead in a way. Because that first check, once you really start getting your push in, feels very easy. But that second check where you're like basically stuck right under that ledge is it's so similar, but so different in the same way, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a very difficult map mode just to play through with this, and just it's such a snowball, right, effect, as what I like to call it. A lot of tower control maps are like this, but essentially what I like to classify this is that first checkpoint, not too difficult to. Getting to the second is basically you have to go for a near knockout there and just control nearly the entire top right area that your enemies are defending as well. But hey, we are going to see the long rapid blaster come out from Ink. I keep messing up this team name ideas. Just take it from me.
Up Ink the From again, bringing out the Long Blaster Pro at that. So that is going to be very interesting to see. That's not a weapon I've ever seen used often, maybe only once or twice by one of my friends. I can say the Carbon is not going to let them exist, just going straight for that pick right there, slowing down what is maybe their backline. Not really, it's definitely more of a midline weapon.
Yeah, for sure, right there. Just, oh my goodness, so many picks happening along with pressure from the Crab tank here, is going to lead Zaza Gang on the back foot here and just up Ink the From again. Thank you for telling me how to pronounce that earlier as well. And just already going to be trying to go for that first checkpoint, but no, a Kraken gets popped here as well. And just right now, it seems like a lot of members of Zaza Gang, unfortunately, to go down right here. The momentum is starting here, ideas.
We can already see the Zaza Gang trying to pull out whales to really slow down that check, but it just was not enough. That stamp from Up Ink the From just controlling so much space at mid and putting them in terrible situations where they're even taking that 70 damage. Facing a comp like this, taking any chip is very dangerous. So that 70 chip was just putting a lot of pressure on them. Up Ink the From was able to capitalize off that amazingly well to get through that first check right.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very difficult situation, right, to be in with your Zaza Gang here, because you not only have to break through the Stamper, you have to break through the long rapid that's being set up right there. And you know what? That's one way to shut down a Stamper. One good, clean suction bomb on the tower there, beautifully placed as well. It's going to give Zaza Gang the opportunity to start their snowball effect as well, as Kraken's going to get popped right here. The Carbon's going to look to get set up here, but we have Huddies here with the Tri-Slosher ready to shut down all the members that come up onto the top right here, and toss a cooler in the very lick of time right here, but just incredible defense on Up the Ink from again.
Really just instantly showing that this is a very deadly team comp they have, able to just adjust to the situation they need in a moment's notice. And that is something that Zaza Gang is going to struggle to get through, because they might have that one game plan where they're like, okay, we're finally able to do this, we took care of that. It didn't matter. They just had someone to back it up instantly, said, nope, we adjust, we adapt, we go for it.
Yeah, for sure. And just so many situations that just, how do I describe this here? Just fall apart, right? Is the words I'm looking for as well. Just like so many instances, as you said before, where like you get one threat out, but another thing's immediately going to fall up here, and that's just the game of that's just the numbers game of Splatoon right here. You know, just trading out your members one by one and continuing the momentum with the specials as well right here. As Ranny on this long rapid here, putting so much pressure as well here, preventing any members of the Zaza gang to move up here.
We do see the Carbon going in, ready to try and find something work, just unable to find it, having to jump out, putting the game back into this back and forth, trying to find a pick, trying to get some momentum, which it does look like Up Ink the From again is able to find that momentum they need.
Yeah, for sure. It's very difficult to just get any sort of momentum here, especially with like the lack of paint on either side of Zaza gang here. Especially when Up the Ink From again has all this paint control, has all these specials. The bubble gets canceled by the tower here. Oh, can we have the world's smallest violin play for that the short lifespan of that bubble there?
Bubble did a lot of good work. Don't worry, it gave them the ability to push it past 67 and 68, which is really strong for them. But it is going to slow down that push immensely, losing it out, unable to use it for that second shot.
Yep.
And just really unfortunate moment for Up Ink the From.
Yeah. On the one bright side, hey, the bubble gets immediately canceled. You can immediately start painting for another one, right? That's one way. But hey, we're gonna have a backline on backline duel with the tri-finger coming out on top there. It is a do or die situation for Zaza gang right now. They need to find a way into that top left area as well as slowing it down here. But the bubble is gonna be in contention here, along with these splat bombs as well here. They can't quite seem to break this formation that Up Ink the From again has set up as well, and just they are forced to make these plays here. 3 go down here, but the Stamper is still alive. Let's see if they're going to be able to take that one down here and ride this checkpoint to the first as well as the second checkpoint to swap the lead like this.
That is something incredible to note. They have still not made it past this first check in a try and a stamp, and a junior just going in is going to make it incredibly difficult to just really get that ground you need, especially on tower where you have so many instant moments where you can just have a short-ranged weapon go and secure a game, just like we saw here happen.
Oh my goodness, that was absolutely insane play from the junior as well. Seeing that idea that like, hey, this tri-stringer is left alone here, and I am just here on this wall here, biding my time, waiting for the right opportunity to pop it, and this right instance here. But we gotta break this down here, ideas. So you start this down here with 3 down from the side of Up the Ink From again, and they just all are on respawns right now, and you just gotta admire this junior play right here.
They go in, they find the pick, they get on the tower, they're like, huh, the game's not over, hold on, I'm gonna cycle around, try and get this last guy, unable to find it, but getting a lot of chip in where that crab is able to just pick up the kill as I want to say that was their try getting on that tower and ending out the game right there.
Yeah,
an amazing work of teamwork and just
yeah, those picks just like at the end of the day didn't seem to lead to anything because of Cooler, right? Because you get to keep all the specials there because you saw immediately after the members of Up Ink the From come back, right? They just immediately had their specials ready to push the tower there, and the junior was already set up in a situation to be able to get their bubble ready to run onto that tower there. And the junior, I imagine, when they were on this tower, hey, I'm fighting them. I'm on this tower here as well. So let's get up here and we'll be able to, take it and just stop all this in its tracks here as well. So that was quite the set of games there, ideas.
Quite the set. That was an amazing set, even, I would say. It was absolutely glorious to watch that. And we just get to see we can almost see the mindset of both teams kind of come out as that set went along further and further, and it was really something enjoyable to watch right there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Understand? Yeah, my bad for understating just the amazingness of that set right there as well. Thank you for covering that as well there, and just amazing gameplay from up the ink from again. Hopefully, we'll get to see them make a gold bracket run as well. So at the end of the day, here we're gonna have to be taking a short break here. We'll be back with round three
Oh,
of full stage as well.
actually, I
Well,
I actually have to stop you there. I don't believe that we are going to have a short break. We might just be going right into round three because if I'm not mistaken, round three is ready for it to go.
well, it was a short break. Realistically, it was like 1 second there. Okay, I still count one
You're right.
second break right there. You know,
Gotta count the
as a
1 second. Every second matters,
yeah,
as speedrunners do say.
yeah,
Every second does matter.
exactly here. So we are going to get round three up and running as soon as possible here as well. So let me lock in and see what is going on with these teams right here as well. We have Six Pack Yokes versus RIT Black Sea Dragons. Ooh, okay. I know a few things here, but what's standing out to you, ideas?
So, what stands out to me the most instantly is Six Pack Yokes. That is a team that I have become more and more familiar with as time went on. And I never thought I would be in a situation where I'm commentating for them. That is quite interesting to me.
Yep.
So, I do want to note, I know that they have a sploosh player, and that is something I've never seen before in my life. And talking to her, Six, I believe, has made me understand the ways of sploosh.
Okay,
And
you
it's
know,
not just a joke, yeah.
yeah, Sploosh is one of those weapons that, like, I think can just be really easily underestimated, right? If there is a player that can pilot it and cause enough disruption as well as chaos, especially on like a mode like Rainmaker, right? That is a absolutely crucial, right, situation. That weapon can just swing a momentum for one team right there as well. But let me counterbalance you with the Six Pack Yokes team by talking about RIT Black Sea Dragons. So this is actually a collegiate team right here with Rochester Institute of Technology, I believe, is the college specifically right here. So this is a band of college players right here, just ready to rock and roll. And they had a really good performance last time with some of the more collegiate exclusive Splatoon events right here. I won't go too much details right there, but I believe they got what was it? They won the qualifier for Division 2 in CCA as well. So this is quite a strong team right here. I'm curious to see how they'll rock and roll and from the ink up here. So yeah, I'm curious to see how both these teams will play off each other here. Ideas.
Going to be very, very interesting to see how both these teams work, especially on our map list, which I believe the first game is Rainmaker Crab Leg.
Rainmaker,
Ow.
yeah, I think that
I
is
would I
that is
would
good.
love to hear what you think about this because personally, I see Rainmaker Cloudleg and I'm filled with dread. I hate walking on these grates. I just cannot stand it.
Okay, the greats are rather a blessing or a what was it, a curse, depending on whatever weapons you play. Because I know there are those players right there that love Splatlings, and they just absolutely cannot get enough of this map right there, as they can quickly shift and strafe on and off these grates as well, and just shut down any type of momentum here as well. And the one thing that stands out to me about Crab Leg compared to other maps is just it's very open. There's very little cover here, but you have abilities to flank by going either the left or right sides of the map as well. And just this is what makes Rainmaker so interesting on Crab Leg here, because I think the both sides are actually very valid for pushing, depending on the state of the game as well. But hey, we are locked, we are loaded, we are floating into Rainmaker Crab Leg here. I am curious to see these comps. What stands out to you, ideas?
As I noted earlier, the sploosh, that is something that is always going to catch my eye, but ink brush is something that will catch it even faster. Now, ink brush is not a weapon I can ever say I see common outside of Clamblitz in A rank, but honestly, I have to put respect on ink brush players because they truly do make it work. They can mash faster than almost anybody I know. In
I
mobility, unmatched.
Oh yeah, for sure. I gotta just mention something about what was it, Ink Rush players. They are built different. They will mash that ZR button to no, there's no tomorrow here. You should never underestimate them. I recently saw tournament run where 4 Ink Brush players just won a unskilled cap tournament as well right here. So yeah, I can say Ink Brush players are truly and quite literally built different. Their ideas.
Built different. We are seeing as both teams are just fighting over this Rainmaker here. Going six pack Yokes, able to get that pop right there, get a couple picks off of it as well. And just instantly that pencil was able to stop that push, and we just saw like a very slow, staggering moment almost happen where neither team could progress due to how defensive that was.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Just you gotta admit, just like there's just a lot of how do I say it, brawling going on right now, leading to
Brawling. There was a straight murder just happened for Six Pack Yokes, able to secure a wipeout, allowing them to push up and not only get the lead, but almost break through the check. Just barely not able to find it.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate right there because just a lot of situations that just lead to this Rainmaker right here. He's gonna have another wipeout right here, giving Six Pack Yokes not only a checkpoint but a chance to set up on this platform right here. The blaster is gonna get it shut down as well, and just a lot of different in situations that Sea Dragons just does not have a response for right now at the moment.
Yeah, it's very well played by Yokes right there to take that push. Unfortunately, seeing that check get broken and really slow it down, stop it, get back into mid, recover. That's just one of the most important things about Rainmaker is knowing how to recover and not go down to a Zuko just like we see there from Black Sea Dragons, able to push everybody out, essentially getting a wipe through that knock. Do that jump out, but with Cooler, it is not going to be free for them. Able to stop that push instantly.
Yep, for sure. So we gotta talk a little bit about this. Apparently, I had my teams confused here as well, but we're now realizing that it's actually RIT Black Sea Dragons is going to be the one that got that insane push here as well. So they're going to be already in a really good position here. This pencil right here being set up on this top one, really strong position. They have the Cooler ready to dish out whenever it's necessary right here. It's Six Pack Yokes needs to find a response to take out that pencil because all it's going to do this game is just paint out and just provide that valuable chip damage that's going to allow their teammates to be able to move in as well. So yeah, this is quite the interesting situation if you're Six Pack Yokes here, ideas.
You are definitely put into a bad position already. Seeing a pencil come out on Crab Leg, a map that is known for its like defensive and very good flats to push from and hold, it's just so strong if you have a backline weapon on it. It's almost unapproachable, especially if someone's paying attention. An incredible wipe with getting 2 off of the Rainmaker pop and cleaning it up right afterwards.
Oh my
from
goodness.
Black Sea Dragon.
Oh, I see the vision here, clicking the splash down to pop that Rainmaker, hopefully cause a bit of chaos here, and Sea Dragons is not content here. They want more points here. 26 is good, but they say, hey, we can do a little bit better right here. But hey, the response is going to be able to drop into mid, find these picks here, take these off angles, and hopefully shut down any chance that these players have at getting even further here. But no, Sack is going to steal the Rainmaker underneath their noses here and just going to knock it out there. Excellent gameplay recognition. Rochester Institute of Technology Black Sea Dragons is going to take the first game through and through here. That was absolutely insane, ideas.
An incredible recognition where you're able to see, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all 4 of them. They're gone. I'm taking the Rainmaker. I'm taking the check. No one's there to stop me. And it's just, you don't think about it in your head. You're like, okay, we're going to let the Rainmaker reset. Well, we're all going to push up, guys. And that is something that you have to be aware of. You got to make sure it's resetting safely. And
yeah,
if that gambit works, oh, it works.
Yeah, it's just, you have so much, like, if you're not being wary and, like, taking care of this Rainmaker, right, and moving it as accordingly, right, situations like this can happen right here, and just the game state recognition as well. You can't just grab the Rainmaker and just willy-nilly run into the base right here. You have to wait your time, recognize where the enemies are positioned and where the Rainmaker is to see if that play can work there, and RIT Black Sea Dragons just immediately found that opportunity and ran with it right there. Excellent showcase from RIT Black Sea Dragons there, ideas.
It was an amazing showcase from I have to say, they really gave us a spectacle to watch right there.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. And you know what? I think a great map mode to see both these teams is going to be Clan Blitz Museum, because you alluded this before, but like the sploosh, right? On the side of six pack yolks, right? Just is a very fluid weapon, and just how quickly mobile and mobile it is, right? I could see the sploosh being having a field day on this map as well here. And I'm talking to some Inkbrush players. I say they tend to struggle a little bit more on this map specifically, but hey, at least Clams opens up a little bit of opportunities where you can push in with having that oh so delicious block on the bottom right side of your spawn as well, right there. So you have a retreat option as well as another option for pushing as well.
And that block is just, if that block was in every mode, man, let me tell you, the map was just so fun. I would definitely love to see it a lot more often if that map was just ever so more prevalent.
Yeah. In society, if what was it? if Museum had that block 24/7, but hey, we are going to be having the mode that does include the block right here, and I'm curious to see how both these teams are going to be able to do it here. And I think just what was it? Just a couple micro adjustments are necessary for six pack yolks, right? They do have the sploosh here. They do have the ability to quickly disrupt and play off the shorter range weapons that RIT Black Sea Dragons is playing in as well. So I'm curious to see how exactly things will shape out on this map mode in particular ideas.
I honestly, seeing the blob come out is something I was not expecting, as well as black Sea Dragons bringing out the sword, something that I personally do love to see as a sword player myself.
Yeah. Oh man, swords are a really cool weapon here, and just like seeing some of these players being able to do stuff just blows my mind right here. But the Dapple Dualies is also an interesting pick right here. You know, it's going to be having beacon cooler, so not only you're going to set up this beacon, but as we're showing right here as well, you're going to be able to run in with cooler really quickly and just decimate a lot of the shorter range weapons on the side of all these Black Sea Dragons. And just look at this momentum here, ideas.
Instantly, right there, you can just see a lot of momentum is gained off of one cooler being popped. You're just getting pick after pick, and it does not matter because you're able to just keep on pushing over and over again, getting even more aggressive. And how the plat works, a weapon like Blob or Machine is just going to benefit from being right under there. And we saw a lot of benefit coming out of both teams. Yeah, really just expect you to able to hold them right there.
For real. This is just amazing gameplay from the side of just both teams right here. Not only for Six Pack Yokes being able to push up so fast, but Black Sea Dragon being able to defend that from all that pressure that's coming out right there. Zipcaster unfortunately gonna get shut down there as well, as his blob is slowly gonna space out the members in the here. This little bit of extra paint from a safe distance, as well as this chip damage, is certainly doing a lot for Six Pack Yokes as well. And now this Brush player is forced to play a little bit back here as 3 members go down. Ideas.
And it is quite a shame that Black Sea Dragons is unable to find that ground, just due to how aggressive, but getting 3 off of the bomb, able to instantly shut down the entirety of the push that Six Pack Yokes was preparing. All in an instant is going to work wonders for them right there to try and find some of this ground at mid. The blob just having so much paint, so much control that it can be aggressive to deal with at times. Yeah, and sure. As we see again, the Zip is just unable to take care of it alone.
Yeah, this Zipcaster is struggling to go in. You're constantly being shut down by this Blobber, keeping it in check right now. And just you have this double AoE essentially with the Blob and the sloshing machine as well. Just constantly pressuring that plat right there. It's just you have to get through not only the sword and the shot there, but that ink brush and Sniper just constantly pumping out the specials as well as the bombs there. One bomb stopped an entire push, as you mentioned earlier as well right now. But hey, it's going to be RIT Black Sea Dragons looking for an opportunity to go in here, but it seems like there's a bit of a flank here on the side of Six Pack Yokes. It's just the dualies and the shot fighting it out, but no.
Shot cures that and stops that push from happening, stops the flank. Doesn't let him get to be a little cheeky sneaky today. Really just shitting them out of there. Somehow they're able to get right back behind and stop the push on the side of the Six Pack Yokes though.
Oh my goodness.
With one power in a kill, we do see Black Sea Dragon able to finally open up the basket. But will it be enough?
Oh my
That is the
goodness.
question.
My jaw is dropped so far, it is on the floor here. So many unbelievable plays in situations where I swear one team is going to be able to pull out on top, but then the exact opposite happens right there. Especially with the sword coming in clutch, shutting down that blob bar that was giving them so much trouble that game right there, and allowing them to score those oh so crucial points. And in a situation like this where it's so difficult for either team to score, that might be the game changer right there, ideas.
It honestly can be without being able to get in, which we do see Six Pack Yokes is able to finally get in. If they can't get one more claim, they will not be able to get the lead though, which is very unfortunate for them. Even getting that one to push them right where they only need a singular push, and with how both teams are just at knuckle to knuckle, really just going back and forth, barely getting the edge over one another, that could very well be what they need in order to secure the win here.
Yeah, for sure. This is a game of inches, not miles, essentially, right? And just the Six Pack Yokes is looking for the situation where the Sploosh to run in here. Here he comes, just coming in with the with the jammer, just moving it up here, disrupting that pencil here, forcing them to jam them all the way back as well. And just so many just chaotic situations can just lead to a lot of control for one team or the other here. The Sploosh is going to be able to run in, get
You
it.
see the Sploosh taking that last inch they need in order to get the mile. In order to get the mile that is taking the lead in this game. Getting even more clams, pushing this lead further and further. We see Yokes just not relenting in the last second of this match, really pushing the pressure down on Black Sea Dragon to try and find a bit of ground, needing a good few points now to really get this lead. Not just a power clam, but they're gonna have to really get in there. With the zip coming out, will it go down again? We do see it back up. They are able to break open the basket, still needing 24 points or just so in order to find that lead. And if the basket closes, they will be unable to score any more in overtime, causing them to unfortunately not secure the win, giving it to Yotes.
Wow. Okay. Well, that Sloosh literally just walked in there, scored that clam. It's like, I'm not done yet. I'll have a few more clams, and then a few more, right? Getting it all the way down, I believe, to 59 there at the end there. This is the chaos that Sploosh can create and just allow a team to score as well. So, yeah, let's take a look at this replay right here. Thanks to our lovely producer Thyme, just being able to capture this as well. Just look at the chaos that ensues here that allowed RITC Dragons to be able to just get one power here, ideas.
Like in this one power was the first of many powers we saw getting thrown in with very little to leave it back. Just unfortunate that everybody had gone down. The Stamp looking to try and be a hero, try and get those more points in. Hopefully, maybe secure another kill right there. Back up, get the clam, get the other power that was dead, get a 40-point lead in a match like this would have very well been what they needed to win too.
Yeah, for sure. And now this is the game that aimed for all the marbles here. We are going for game 3 as well. And just a situation like this is definitely going to be very difficult, right, for both teams to be able to move around here, right? Especially with Mahi Reserve, because you saw from both these teams, they prefer a lot of short range weapons right here. And Mahi, this is the map right here that is typically not seen too favorably for short range weapons here as well. Like what you think of weapons I typically play here, you think of pencil, you think of splatlings, you think of sloshers, right? And
Yeah.
maybe like machine and like blah blobber might be able to do something, but I'm curious to see how Sploosh is going to play on this map. Though it's like an ink brush as well.
And it's just seeing that we have seen a consistent ink brush come out. I'm wondering if they will switch it up or not. But something I do think we are going to see is Black Sea Dragons bringing that pencil back out, because this is a map that just, as you noted, you love to see pencil, you love to see ballpoint, you love to see these strong backline weapons that are able to get a lot done because of how potent their positions are on this map.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of interesting positions, especially with the map shifting. What was it? Its geometry a little bit and its layout. Once the 50, what was it? Once what was it?
It's
Enough.
50
Yeah,
points.
50 points. Yes, 50 points. Thank you, thank you. Because I know on other modes it's like 60, but like zones is specifically stayed at 50 as well, right? And just switching the layout there can definitely be very crucial and just make a lot more breathing room for a lot of weapons there. Yeah, for sure. I don't know what else I can really mention about this mode besides just like the interactions that are going to be happening between these two teams.
I think that we're definitely. I'm going to right now give the prediction that we're going to see this blob come out and we're going to see this pencil come out, and they're going to be trying to just keep these short-ranged weapons off of them.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
it will definitely for zones. I think it's just going to be it could be a toss-up for who's able to do it easier
Yep.
because it is not easy for either team. And we do see the blob and arrow spray silver coming out, as well as the
Ooh,
knot and pencil for black sea dragons. That
interesting.
is that is something I cannot say I've ever seen anyone do outside of zones, is bring that silver arrow spray, well known for its zone cheesing capabilities and just the potential of paint it gives you. Right here, we see this glider go in, getting a triple and allowing them to get a very early push into their zone.
Zone
Just take
cheese.
Zone's cheese. They don't care about cheesing zone. They care about cheesing kills, and they certainly got a good amount of kills off that. Unfortunately, we do see that someone has perished to the water. A sad sight to see as the water drops, but with all of Yoke still living just on top of this flat, it is going to be a struggle for them to even get through. The triple splashdown coming out, finally able to get off the stragglers and let Black Sea Dragons come back into the map.
Okay, here's the problem though. You're gonna have to get yourself with both a blob and an arrow spray, constantly painting you out here. So Black Sea Dragons, right? They need these picks. They need to kill these players right now. Otherwise, they're not gonna be able to cap the zone right here. But a splashdown says otherwise right here. This is just such an intense set right here, putting in Black Sea Dragons in a near knockout situation right here. As 3 members go down and the Reef Slider finds another one. This arrow spray is going absolutely insane. I'm speechless here, ideas.
Honestly, the arrow spray has shown us that it is not just a gimmick, it is not a joke, it is a skillful weapon for those who are trained in their craft. Really putting in work, just showing that it can be almost a flip right on the dime of being a passive, supportive, just giving a lot of paint to my teammates to an aggressive weapon that goes in and gets kills. Even with that, maybe below average air RNG, it's just working if you're right up in front of somebody, because at that point you just gotta look at them, and it is certainly looking at them here, just getting kill after kill, allowing for six-pack Yokes to edge out the win here
Oh
after
my.
that incredible push.
There's a term called coming out swinging, and I think that's an understatement to exactly what six-pack Yokes did. Things were swung, materials were tossed, things were cooked, and literally that led to game number 3 being as explosive as it was there. Oh my goodness, I'm speechless.
I have to tell you right now, six-pack Yokes, as you said, did come out not just swinging. They came out with the whole kitchen and got to work cooking. Okay, they didn't play around for a second. Even the worst thing that happened to them that game was that triple splashdown, as we see in the replay. Just getting a flip on zone, and they instantly swept up everybody, cleaned up the mess, wiped up the dirty water, and got it going right back up again, pushing straight through that penalty and securing the win.
Yeah, for sure. It's quite interesting to see how both these teams approach the comps with that maps there, because as I was mentioning to you before, like this map is typically for longer range weapons like Sword and Nautilus, which is exactly what Sea Dragons brought, right? But what was it? It was six-pack Yokes who just broke the mold, being like, just sloshing machine and our sploos just need paint. And arrow spray is not just a zone cheese weapon, so we're going to take advantage of that there and just immediately come out swinging right there, giving six-pack Yokes the oh so crucial game 3 victory, allowing them to move up another bracket higher than Sea Dragons as well. Absolutely insane gameplay coming out from all these teams as well. Just, it's always so fun, and how interesting both teams have different philosophies to their comps and trying to pilot them, and while stopping the enemy team strategy is just it's poetry in motion, ideas.
Poetry in motion, indeed. as one of my friends would love to say, because it just was such incredible. It was incredible, like team building, you could say, for them to just have that thought process whenever they go, "Yep, this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna work together. You just need paint. We're gonna give you the backline that gives you a lot of paint."
For sure,
And
for sure.
I do believe that we are going to be going into a short break here where we need to thank everybody. We will be back in just a couple of minutes.
Right, for sure. Unfortunately, we can't stick around all day, every day. You know, production has to get other folks on board because I'm sure you're getting tired of hearing our voices consistently. Oh wait, we still have one more set. Wait. We're not going anywhere. We're here. We're still here. We're still here. Ideas.
We
I
definitely
heard
have
the
one last set.
I heard the voices in my head. They said, Neptune, ideas, we need you for one more set right now. So we are going to be covering one more set here indeed here. We are going to be finishing up the group stages shortly as well. And we're going to be prepping for the next set here, which I believe is going to be in gold bracket as well. So this is going to be the cream of the crop, the top of the top from the Ink Up teams that have been participating as well. So let's see how they're going to be.
See Up Ink the From coming into gold bracket.
I will say, I believe, according to my sources as well, the daycare is coming back there as well into gold bracket, as well as the team that I've kept my eye out on, which is Pyramid Scheme. So I'm curious to see what other teams are there. We see onboarding Leviathans, Aurora, Krill Switch, Vector Query, Underscore, just and C minus Dragons as well as Cedric. Just so many teams that I recognize from week to week, and they are ready to come out here and see if they can take the crown from the Ink Up champion here.
Incredible work from both teams, but we will see everybody in just a minute when we get back to gold bracket round 1.
For sure. We're gonna see if we can cut to a little bit of a break here while we just make the preparations accordingly to see what happens in gold bracket. So thank you guys for tuning in. Stick around as there's gonna be more from the Ink Up action to be seen sooner than later.
I'm looking for someone to hold, someone to care, someone who's there. I'm trying to find someone who's me, who knows how I be. Take it from me, I'm a one and
Welcome back, everyone, to From the Ink Up Week 62 again here. We're going to be starting our gold bracket, specifically our first round of gold bracket, as we look at these two teams I was going to be showcasing here tonight. It's going to be Sea Drinkers versus Malevolent Coolers. So, two drink-based teams are setting up to battle it out here as well. My name is Neptune, and I'm not alone in this coverage.
No, Neptune, you are not. My name is Idea, co-commentating with you today. And as you noted, we have the drink v drink. This is your Pepsi v Coke right here, ladies and gentlemen, for your round one of gold bracket. And I would like to get into the maps that we're going to be looking at here, because I believe our round one is Haggle Zones. Yes, it is. Now, Neptune, let me ask you a question.
Okay, yeah, shoot.
Do you think Haggle Zones is not one of the best zone maps in this game? Because I
Oh.
personally do. It is
Okay.
one of my favorite zone maps to play.
Okay. I had this question answered to me before here, and what I'm going to respond is just a wholehearted yes, right? If you're not playing Mako Splat Zones, this is the one that often comes up in the contention for the best Splat Zones map as well in the game. And it's just because there's just a lot of good balance, right, and opportunities for both teams to get creative from using the flank routes, as well as establish a decent defense, as well as a way to push back in here as well. We are going to be locking in here as well. I believe it's going to be Sea Drinkers in the bright yellow, and in the purple, we are going to have Malevolent Cooler as well. So let's get right into this. What's standing out to you, Ideas?
Instantly, the thing that's going to stand out to me the most is seeing the Hydra Splatling come out on the side of Malevolent Cooler. That is a weapon that is near and dear to my heart for the worst reasons possible. But I'm so excited to see what they bring to the table with it. This is one of my favorite backlines to watch in action.
Yeah, for sure. These Hydras love this pet area right there, but unfortunately going to get shut down by this Zuko here. Sea Drinkers, not dragons here. They are looking as dragons as they're being very ferocious and very calculative as well. Being able to jump out in a moment like that with Zuka going off as well. So just already a lot of control here, but the zone is not budging here, Ideas.
It is not. No, both teams are able to just really going back and forth with that zone, getting point after point, getting just a little bit further, taking that lead, losing it. Other team gets the tower, gets the zone, gets support, gets that lead, and then they lose it. It's just going back and forth, and we're seeing Zukas come out all over from both teams, really just trying to pipe down their back line off of that team, and just really get that strong push that we're trying to see from either side.
Oh my goodness, this white player is going absolutely insane right now, going straight into that court, causing this huge distraction. They are having the time of their life here. Toki is putting in a lot of pressure and a lot of work here as well. The strikes are being tossed as well. We're seeing a very traditional comp from the side of Sea Drinkers here. You have a Neo Splash, you have a Shot, you have a Raven. All weapons that are very comfortably being played and constantly. But as you said before, the Hydra is quite a big, difference from a lot of other teams here. And setting up that Hydra is what this team is good at. You can just see the consistent fire rate, as well as the Booyah Bombs being able to support this Viper player as they get another pick here. So much pressure, and Malevolent Cooler is going to be in a significant lead here. Sea Drinkers needs a response here.
As you noted, it's just going to be very hard for Sea Drinkers to find that, because playing against a weapon that you know is very common, playing against a sword is easy because you see it so often. But whenever you have this wild card weapon being Hydra, you don't know how to work around it. You don't know what its weaknesses are aside. It's just slow. And that is going to allow Malevolent Coolers to play to its advantages the best, because they are so comfortable with it. They can secure that first game one win right there.
Oh my goodness. That was really well played. And both these teams were neck and neck there at the start. It felt like not any team was getting a significant advantage over the other. I saw Sea Drinkers get like a significant wipeout, but swiftly decided to give up a lot of their position here. But again, Toki, as they play this Viper and pilot it into such a great really well coordinated with their team as well, playing off the Hydra fire as well as the bomb pressure. Just I can't say enough good here, Ideas.
Honestly, and that's something that I think is incredible about Viper, is it's able to play like a skirmisher and cause fights, as we saw earlier, getting those distractions and just popping hammer to get one kill and throw it away. Like, it can do that if it wants to, or it can play with its team and do a lot of chip, a lot of combo damage for their teammates to play off of, and just go between one and the other, just like that, like a snap of the fingers.
Yeah,
And
definitely. Oh my goodness.
so enjoyable to watch.
Can we-
a
can
good
we-
Wiper.
Can we just mention how beautiful this Malevolent Cooler's team logo is here? Just this one Octolink, right? Just standing behind a cooler with its crazy like manga panel background.
I do want to say hats off to the person who made it. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not fully locked in on my JJK, but I do believe this is a domain expansion cooler we are seeing, with Malevolent Cooler being a reference to Malevolent Kitchen, Sukuna's domain expansion. Quite the reference there, really. Hats off to them.
I need to catch up on my JJK here. It's been a
Yeah.
hot minute. A lot of my teammates have been telling me to watch it. I think it's time Grandpa goes watch a little bit of that show as well. And I just okay. But regardless of JJK and the amazing logos here, we gotta talk about Rainmaker Museum del Foncino. And honestly, this is one of the more neutral Rainmaker maps, right? A lot of people don't love it, but a lot of people don't necessarily hate it as well, as it's a lot of contention for just getting up onto the enemy spinner and just setting up for that push, right? As the enemy has a lot of high ground they can play from as well. So it's very, very important to just be able to hold your ground and as well as be ready to push with the aggressiveness of your comps as well. And we're seeing the Wellstring. Oh no. Oh no.
I am absolutely baffled by Bugha and what they choose to play, but honestly, I have to respect it completely because they are making it, and that is the most important thing about Splatoon as a whole. You can make almost any weapon work as long as it's not named Thunder. Oh, unfortunately, we do have a DC very early on.
Okay, I want to contrast to you a little bit. I think you can make Vunder work here as well, and I think just there's a lot of interesting situations, right, that can occur in this game because of how comps interact with each other, right? Each comp has their own win condition that they're trying to play towards, right? And the idea is to get your win condition while denying the enemies their win condition, right? And I think this is a really interesting comp that's picked from Malevolent Cooler here because their win condition right there is just consistently setting up the Rainmaker in situations that can get easily popped by both the Wiper and the Wellstring. So essentially momentum can just keep going through there. So you're going to have to find a way, if you're Siege Rankers, to shut down both those weapons and appropriately do that while enforcing your game plan of playing a lot of heavy paint weapons as well as setting up your range blaster there. I hope that made sense to you, Ideas.
It definitely does make sense. Might not make sense to all of our viewers here, but I definitely do understand what you're getting at, and I do have to respect it. I'm just a Vunder hater personally, but you can make a lot of weapons work, and that is your key point. You definitely have your game plan. You're going in. That's what team building in this game is always going to be the focus of. How do we want to win the game? Do we want an aggressive comp with no backline, just zap for cooler, maybe even forego cooler for more specials to push in with and be aggressive? Or we want to go for a slower pace, maybe an E-leader, maybe a Wellstring as we see here, and just have this more slowed down pace of the game where we're going to take it at our own speed and get consistent but high value piece by piece hits happen over and over. And seeing the Wellstring Wiper just open that RM is disgusting.
For sure here. The East players know what they're doing and they play it accordingly here with the weapon comp select screen here. Honestly, the most important decisions in your life is in that weapon select screen right there. And that definitely is going to dictate the pace of the game here with this Wiper. I believe it's Toki as well. As they are looking for an opportunity to come in with this hammer. They find one but gets shut down, but cleaned up immediately. Back and forth, 2 down for each of these teams right here. It is neck and neck here, and the Rainmaker is hardly moved up, but the shot couldn't get another kill.
And the shot, putting in work, getting the Zuka, getting the Wellstring, and just getting the other shot as well before going down to that Wiper, really giving them a lot more momentum they need to get back into this game, because that Wellspring was in such an oppressive spot for Sea Drinkers that if it was able to stay there and persist any longer, it could have been detrimental to their game plan and just not allow them to get in at all with how aggressively it can be as a painting weapon or even just doing chip damage. Having your feet painted with 5 bombs under your feet will hurt.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And you definitely see the strength of Wellspring's popping power right there, just consistently holding that pop in control right there. But it's going to be this range blast for Mitchie as they take down the Wellspring and try to create space for most of their team right here. Wolf Kelp as well. Another DC's happened here. I'm not 100% sure with the rules here, but I'm pretty sure they're going to have to play it out here because they already used their first replay as well right here.
Yes, they did use their first. And that is terrible shame to see the second DC. Hopefully we don't see any more DCs this set, but honestly, with the slows the comp that Malevolent Coolers has, that DC could be detrimental to them losing out on, I believe it was their...
It was a cooler player. That was.
It was their cooler, yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a lot more difficult here. Oh man, this is really unfortunate to see right here. But let's see if Sea Drinkers can find any way they can stop this from happening. You know, taking down that Rainmaker is one step already here. Taking down another member here. Slowly have to like not only win your fights, but be able to just go off of it. But unfortunately, it is not enough here. Game 2 is gonna go to Sea Drinkers here. I guess the Malevolent Cooler unfortunately hijacked their NZAP's router and took them out of the game there.
You definitely saw a third party come into the play and just have to ruin that infinite, ruin that connection. So nope, not gonna let you in this game no more. And losing that, not only losing the player, but losing their cooler was very detrimental and just completely left them unable to keep any ground. They lost all of their motion and just trying to play defensively was their only hope, and it did not work out for them, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate indeed here, but you know what? As a team, it's going to be quite an interesting situation. It's like, hey, we just DC'd twice right here. Let's just calm down a little bit here and look forward, right? Because the more you think about the last game, the more it's going to get into your head, just being like, oh, I might DC again. No, you got to look forward. Look at the next map mode, right? Which is going to be Clam Blitz, Crab Leg Capital. Thank you, Dime, for professionally transitioning me there. That could have been better time there as well. I guess that's why I call you Dime.
Time, always on time, giving us everything that we need. And what we need to do is talk about how Crab Leg Clams is such a interesting clams map, because it feels like you can push from almost anywhere. You can push from left, you can push from right, you can even just go straight up. And it feels so freeing in this game, Splatoon 3, where a lot of the maps kind of funnel into one way where you can go, or have the one option where it's so superior to the other that having a map where you just you have options feels so unique.
Yeah, for sure. And just, I do like the left and right options you have on this map right there, given how you want to go to the go through to the clam basket here. But it's definitely very interesting. I'm curious to see if Malevolent Cooler is going to swap a lot of their weapons, or is Hydra is going to come back here. Because if there's a Splatling map in this game that screams, I want to play Splatling here, it is this map for sure here. And I'm curious to see if Snipe Rider comes out as well. It's going to be a Hydra Snipe Rider duel we might be seeing here as well. So I'm quite interested to see what these teams are going to be bringing here. Hydra is out and about as well as another Hydra. Whoa. Ideas. Am I seeing what I'm seeing?
I think you are, in fact, seeing double, because I am seeing double too. We have both teams electing to take Hydra Splatling into Crab Leg Capital, the map that is definitely the most favored towards your Splatlings. With so many greats, that run speed is gonna really show out and just be right there in front of them. You can't get past them. They're running like Sonic up there, and you just cannot compare to them. To see both teams go for Hydra, a weapon that you commonly see as dismissed as being just too slow for Splatoon 3, is quite incredible to see this.
For sure. as well. The Zuka plays are going to be quite important for shutting down the enemy team's Hydra as well. So Malevolent Cooler is looking to move really fast here, as well as set up their Hydra here. It's quite an interesting dynamic here, because you have a slow and steady weapon with Hydra playing around these grates here, moving around fast with attack here as well as the run speed that's naturally given to them, and it's just absolutely difficult. It's going to be very interesting to see if you can set up your Hydra the quickest, as well as deny your enemy's Hydra as well.
It's almost like you're playing a game of payload, even the way that you have to push your Hydra up there in such a safe manner without losing too many people, without going down, without dropping a special or something. It's almost like you're playing payload, which is kind of funny to see in a game where we do not have that mode. And both teams are doing an amazing job at pushing their Hydras around, playing positions perfectly. We do see Malevolent Cooler able to get that more aggressive spot with their Hydra, taking up the entirety of mid, but getting a little too risky and unfortunately going down, which is going to be very disruptive for them, because losing that backline is going to put a lot of pressure on them to free up how much space that is just unguarded on their side.
Yeah, for sure. It's a really very difficult situation. Malevolent Cooler seems to be the one in control right here, but the script is going to flip in this situation, and they're going to be the ones on the back foot here, holding this power right here, and Sea Drinkers is going to get their Hydra set up in this so crucial top right position here as well here. Beautiful take from Bold Jump as well as they proceed further, but just a little bit too fast here to get shut down by Fizzy on the shot. This is actually just neck and neck here, I guess.
Both teams are just trying to fight for that Hydra. Once that Hydra gets in, they know that they're set for life. They know that if that Hydra is able to control the top right from the enemy side, that they can just have as many clans they need to run in constantly, because it is so hard to push that right there. You have to go through the gate. You have to go through that rail. And with the Zuka getting two, it looks like Malevolent Coolers will be able to get more ground up, finding a third, only leaving the Zap. Letting with the Booyah will be enough to open it up and start scoring some points on their favor.
Beautiful Booyah Bomb has an entryway and just sneak that power clam in there. That was really smart from the NZAP here, cycling your clams occasionally so they form it right at the second as they get to the basket, so it can just be tossed in. And just so many clams got deposited right there, and already down to 42. It took 3 minutes for that push to get started right now, so Sea Drinkers needs to find a response right here and only has 2 minutes to make it happen, I guess.
And with 2 minutes on the clock, and how with the Hydra going down, it is going to be a struggle to find that push they need, because getting a push of 60 clans, really 64 clans, or 64 points rather, in the span of a minute 20 is going to be hard. You cannot do that easily. And with only one power clam on the board, it will be quite the slow game for them to try and get that. But with Sea Drinkers able to find the pick on their Hydra, with the shot just going in, getting everybody just putting in work right here, slowing down Malevolent Coolers even more. The jump camp by the Wipers, stopping the push entirely though, telling them they are not allowed to do that for free. They cannot just score off jumps. Toki absolutely showing them why you do not jump if there's a Wiper on the board. Incredible work.
Oh my goodness. The Hydras are the MVPs, but I also got to give a shout out to Toki, just doing consistent pressure with that Wiper there, and constantly just getting these crucial picks as they seem necessary right here. It's either this is going to be hurting for clams a little bit here, because you're going to need to score 60 plus points right there, and you only have one power right here, plus a couple other clams straggling around right here. You're going to have to click these strikes here. You already have one down. Another one goes down right here. Another one falls through. Only the Hydra is in the way here. You're going to need to find a response for that as well, and you're going to be opening up right here. A few more clams necessary. Cedric is opening up this basket right here. Booyah Bomb is being charged here. A few more clams is necessary. Ideas. 1, 2, and boom! Sea Drinkers takes it in the last midnight hour right there. Unbelievable game.
Absolute clutches of clutches I've ever seen. On the brink of despair, about to lose, they managed to snuff out the last clam they need to secure that, getting not one, not two, but 3 power clams in order to push down that 60-point deficiency that they had. An incredible work The strikes just setting everything off in motion right there.
Yeah, it just seems like Love and Cooler got a little bit too comfortable with their lead right there and just unfortunately went down at just an unopportune time right there. Yes, they were Cooler right there, but hey, just this control on top of this platform right there, as well as that Booyah Bomb threatening Toki, as well shutting down the Wiper player, which is one of their key players to just constantly allowing them to move in and get as many picks as necessary right there. Just a lot of pressure and momentum right there and just forced Level and Cooler to make plays that they were not fully ready to commit to. Especially this Hydra right here. This Hydra just was slowly just trying to charge up right there, was forced to end their charge a little bit earlier right there and just gets shut down. And a stagger loop unfortunately happened right there as the clans got cycled from Sea Dragons right there and swapped the lead at the 11th hour once again. Unbelievable, I say, unbelievable.
Actually, that watching that set honestly gave me chills the way both teams were able to just keep me right on the edge of my seat, unable to tell if this, okay, are they gonna get the lead now? What's gonna happen this time? Viper got a pick there, okay. That's big, that's big. Wait, it's not big, hold on, what? It's just incredible to watch a game like that. And you cannot, it's a shame to miss out on it.
Yeah, for sure here. I need to mention something here with in regards to what's happening with bracket as well. Every game in round 1 went to game number 3. Ideas.
Wow.
Can I just emphasize the fact that how close in skill level all these teams are to be matching each other point for point, and going to game 3 is every single time here. That is absolutely insane here. And I gotta give a shout out to all the From the Ink Up staff members, including our beautiful producer, Thyme, just being able to help cover all these matches here and capture the insane moments, especially in that last game right there. Just absolutely incredible moments here. And this is why I think From the Ink Up here, as well as all the tournaments run from Under Pressure here, are just absolutely insane to watch and just eye candy. Whether you're tuning in to support one of your favorite teams or just tuning in to see some Splatoon gameplay at a little bit lower levels as well, it is just always a treat, I say.
And you know, I think that's something that's incredible, that Under Pressure does have a lot of things where they focus on these lower level teams, but these lower level teams still give you amazing matches to watch. You might hear, oh, it's low level, they're going to be bad. No, these players are good at the game. They are showing you that this game can be one of the most exciting things to watch.
Tell me
that
this.
is amazing.
Tell me this, Ideas. When's the last time you saw a Hydra mirror match here? Okay, only the most interesting and insane players, right, would be willing to try and play around it too. It's not just they're picking Hydra for the sake of Hydra's funny. Hydra is amazing, and they piloted it to their best capability. Both teams did. Right? It's just Cedra Inkers was able to come out on top there, just barely on time there, and just amazing pressure just coming out from everywhere. It's actually insane, bro. Just I love From the Ink Up.
I absolutely have to tell you, I just love the way that low level players are willing to adapt to the game, because I have the circles I partake in. A lot of the times, if you want to push like a weapon that is, let's say, outclassed or has a better option, you can just get shut down almost by your team. They'll tell you, no, we don't want to work with it. We don't want to try. But low level players will look at that and say, we can make this work, and they make it work. They make it work, as we saw here. Just both teams electing a weapon that you have only ever seen in open, in series, maybe in X-Ray.
Yeah.
They pushed its peak capabilities here.
Oh my goodness. Now, being a little bit under pressure here from the clock itself here, I do think it is our time to leave the mic slots here, Ideas as well. So where can the fine people of twitch.tv find you as well before we head off for the night?
If everybody would love to find me, I am Out of Ideas EXE everywhere. You can pretty much look me up on Twitter, Blue Sky, fucking YouTube even. Yeah, you'll find me there. But where can I find you at?
You can find me at Neptune with a 2 instead of a TU and an underscore at the end. They're both on Twitter and Twitch. I'm a pretty friendly guy. You know, feel free to at me, except in the CCA server, please. If you're going to at Saf, that's just kind of cringe. I'm not gonna lie. Just please, just use the help desk there, or just like say hi, nice to meet you all, and then like, they'll probably have a conversation with them there. But again, I am rambling. I probably need to get going here. Stick around, folks, as you are in for a beautiful round 2 semis and finals. Your 2 new commentators will be coming in. I believe they're going to be Rocket and Topic. They are amazing commentators, and they're going to be able to cover those games to the best of their capabilities as well. So stick around, folks. You're going to be wanting to see this more from the Ink Up action sooner than later.
We are in the second half of this tournament here. We are well into our ways of gold bracket. My name is Rocket here, joined by Topic. How are you doing today, Topic?
You know, I just got off of Echoes of Wisdom for like the last 4 hours, so I'm ready for a change of pace.
Yeah, for sure. We are going into it. We are in round 2 now, and taking a look at our next two teams. I just love these names. We have Inc. the From, which
Oh no.
we have already seen previously in a previous tournament, which, oh boy, that's going to be a tongue twister for me for sure. And Neptune's Daycare, who we just heard earlier on mic, seems like they've left a little bit of their imprint on this tournament.
Yeah, they have their children out here playing, but I can't up to Ink From. We've seen them before. I'm pretty sure we've both seen them before.
Yes.
This is going to be very, very complicated to commentate. So I'm just call them Up Ink from now on.
Yes.
So that's it. Just 2 words, make it simple.
Yes, that would be best just for both of our sanities. But taking a quick peek over at our first map, we have Splat Zones, Barnacle, and Dime. Any thoughts on this map Topic at all?
It's a Tetris piece. It's the Z-shaped Tetris piece. But overall, I do think what they did with the update when they had the little side area right under street. I think they widened street in it too, right? I don't remember that part. Did they? I think they did.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so they widen street, make it a bit easier to get through. This map can be a little lockout heavy, so I do think for both teams it's just about not getting pushed past or not letting the enemy get on your plat, because if they get on plat, they have free access to basically your entire court.
Yeah, for sure. And it's always just like a very open map, obviously. And it being on zones can really open up and create so much sight lines that these teams really have to worry about and play around. So it's going to be interesting. And I'm very intrigued to see if we see maybe any more close range weapons that can maybe help close the distance a little bit, because usually pencils, maybe splatlings reign supreme here just to help paint up the zone. I have seen recently a blob lobber used on this map exclusively. I highly doubt we will see it, but I just wanted to mention it because blob lobber respect. But anyways, just taking a look at both of these teams real quick and how they've done in this tournament so far. Neptune's Daycare have only dropped 2 matches so far, and if you take a look over at Up Inc., they've only dropped 1, and that was previously against their impressive win against Sea Dragons, who Sea Dragons, if you guys don't know, are previous Luddy Div 10 winners, so that means they are very competent in terms of just the quality of opponents they've been through. So only dropping 1 match to that team and being pretty dominant throughout the rest of this, they are definitely to be feared.
I mean, yeah, I respect it. Like, it's I'm sure you play a lot of tournaments, I'm sure you played in a lot of tournaments while you're playing Splatoon 3, right? Or just Splatoon in general?
Yeah.
So I think we both understand not losing a single game is only losing 1 game is very, very difficult. Yes, it's only what 3-4 rounds of Swiss. Yeah, it's only 3 rounds of brackets, but that's still, you have to make sure you have basically no mistakes for 3 straight rounds. And yes, even the best of teams will drop a game. So I think it's just impressive. I'm just impressed.
Yeah, they definitely have the full head of steam on their backs and momentum just going into this bracket, which is always what you want to have. So they could be just really good contenders and really the betting favorite if you are a betting person. But yeah, definitely interested to see if they will make it far in this tournament here. They are really only the 12th seed, but honestly, in terms of seeding, we have seen surprise runs before, as actually Neptune's Daycare has made it here as a 30th seed, which is the lowest seed who are in gold brackets. So maybe we could see the battle of the underdogs here.
I know what. The lower the underdog, the better the story. That's what everyone likes. Now I wanna go back to what you said earlier about the short range weapons on this map. I can actually see Blob Lobber here. I doubt it's gonna be Ram, but I can see why. It has the wall. or no, that's the deco kit. It has a lot of paint. If you blob over mid or over the street, you just kind of take it over. But also, if you kind of just have the rain for a bunch of control, but also, like you said, a bunch of short range weapons that can like take a lot of fights. Like 52 probably be very popular. Sloshers be very popular. Heck, even a carbon may be a little popular.
Yeah, but let's wait and see to see if we see any of those weapons. Not much, but we do see Ranny
Ooh.
running a 10 umbrella, which we see some teams like to run, so it's going to be very, very intriguing to see how the rest of Neptune's Daycare plays around Ranny and having that just the presence of the 10 shield, because it creates so much area control. Like, you can just take up the entire street just by existing there. You already see already Neptune's Daycare up in an early lead. However, they will shortly lose the zone very quickly, as Up Inc. are very, very unwilling to give any ground.
I mean, there's one weapon that kind of counters Tent is, well, unfortunate timing, is gonna be that Rapid Blaster Deco. You know, it has the whale to shoot through the tent. It has just the blaster being a blaster, being able to shoot over it. So I think for Up Inc., you really have to work around the Rapid Blasters doing its job right there, getting a pick on the cooler weapon or on the end zap before cooler's out. That's really big. But now this is very dangerous for Up Inc. because they have to make sure they keep, Neptune's Daycare out of their area. They have to make sure that they keep them down, because they keep them in that 2-3 down situation. Though the Zipcaster might be a bit too late on another interesting weapon. The M Parry Dualies, a weapon or a Splatoon 2 classic, kind of not seen a lot because of Splashdown.
Yeah, but I like the aggressive play with picking up that weapon. We see Ranny already making that presence known with that 10 umbrella, being the forefront of Neptune Daycare's push, and they have been so dominant in holding the zone down near the 18-point mark, and they are looking straight for the killing blow with the killing knockout. Azuka getting a great pick there. Upinger just throwing specials onto the point and just trying to contest it. 3 members of Neptune's Daycare go down, and that is the break that Upig needs to be able to take the zone back. And with minimal penalty points, it is now their turn to try to make a strong defense and potentially take this back. But a really great hold from Neptune's Daycare to mark it down all the way down to 18.
I mean, yeah, that's a great opening for Neptune's Daycare, but now it's like Up Things gonna try to do the exact same thing. They have Cooler at the ready. The zap does go down, but this is where that tent might be very, very useful. Just the way you can kind of force your team in. They do have Bazooka. Never mind. They do have a Zipcaster and strikes at the ready, so they might be able to use that. Never mind. You know what? Commentators curse. they just like proving me wrong, apparently. As with 3 specials at the ready, they decide to pop both of them, but they're not going to have a lot of paint into zone, as Up Inc. is able to just hold it for a very long time to get down to 10. No one in zone to contest. The Zipcaster is nowhere to be seen, and just like that, Up Inc. will snatch game number 1.
They really punch back with such a great push, and I just want to give massive props to Amnesia on that Rapid Blaster. While you were just talking about how Neptune's Daycare were trying to get back into it, we just saw them basically take down all of the members of I believe, yeah, of Neptune's Daycare, just all down, just really quickly here, just 1 kill, 2 kill, 3 kill, and all of Neptune's Daycare just fell quickly, and denying all those specials, Keely, as well.
I mean, they just like proving me wrong. Like, they have to be listening to the stream. That's the only way. But yeah, I think the pick of the Rapid Blaster Deco, just having that range and having that chip damage, just kind of spaces out the members of Neptune's Daycare. It makes them not want to push. It makes them a bit more cautious. It makes them play a little bit more reserved than they would like. And they got, or the Rapid Blaster got the picks on the right people. They got the tent down. They got the zap down. They got the 2 main painters out of the way. So by the time the strikes were popped and by the time the Zipcaster were popped, there wasn't a whole lot of paint going into zone. They had no real way to really get a good hold there.
Yeah, and quite a surprise too, because I believe we actually have our I think I have our teams mixed up because I think that was Neptune's Daycare that actually won that, which is really surprising. Yeah, I'm looking at the teams now. I'm just pulling out the upsets just straight there. It looks all up Inc. from the start, but like I mentioned, Amnesia, who's on Neptune's Daycare, really just showed out and really helped lead their team into such a great comeback, and it really shows their underdog just drive throughout that. And looking now, we're looking at game 2, and already Neptune's Daycare showing that they are here to stay and definitely not a team to overlook at all.
I mean, yeah, because game number 2 might be in Neptune's Daycare's favor because it's Scorch Gorge Clan Blitz. We got that one street, or not one, we got that one ramp to push to the basket. Tent can be really strong here because you got the mines, you got the Zuka to shoot right past the basket to get anyone trying to get kills, and you just got the Tent just being able to get a very clear way in. So I could see a very strong game for Neptune's Daycare here.
Yeah, for sure. And a strong game is what Up Inc. needs if they want to stay competitive in this, as no more mistakes can be made. That is only their second dropped map, and already taking it. We see Hudsies going with the roller here. I like that pick a lot, especially on Clan Blitz, because of that bubble, you can create so much space if you are near that goal of the other team's goal, and just being able to play off of that bubble and being able to score off of that space that you create is key here. And I think that could be something to keep an eye on. We also see the continuation of the 10 umbrellas, so just having that 1-2 punch in the front line could be something that I think needs to watch out for as they go to down here.
I mean, something from Up Inc.'s comp is they went for the S-Glass, so they have very limited range. Nice job by the Tent jumping out of there. They have to fight within their range. If they get boxed out, mainly by the Tent, mainly by the bubble, or by the Stamper, they don't really have the means to force their way in. Yes, they do have strikes, they do have the Booyah Bomb, but they can't really get a man there to really get a sustained hold.
Yeah, and we're already seeing here, pretty contested. After that great initial push, we are already seeing a really great hold here, but still, the Clams heavily in favor of Up Inc., and they are just fighting back, just trying to erase the memory of that first game with pride, as they're already able to build a first ball. The target, but just a quick response from Neptune's Daycare to make sure that the mistake can't be corrected. And off of the back of that, Neptune's Daycare may have found the lucky break they needed to get back into this, with 2 specials available, the cooler going out, and now the tri-strikes available as well for them to get on this push. But no, Up Inc. strike back and now take control of mid again.
I mean, this is a dangerous combo if you're Neptune's Daycare. They got the Tent and the roller. You know what's gonna happen. The Tent paints up a path, the roller swims behind it, so you have to paint the roller's path. You have to paint what the Tent leaves you.
And we're seeing a great double kill for the M Fairy, make it 3 picks there for the M Fairy on Neptune's Daycare. We are seeing just great individual plays overall from both sides here, and very much in the lead in terms of clan economy. Look at the amount of clans that Neptune Daycare have. They are comfortably in the position to wait for an opportunity to strike with the tri-strike available, trying to open up a push here, really just trying to see if they can find that individual pick. However, one of the balls do fall. Another player for Neptune's Daycare fall, and now this could be the break that Up Inc. needs to get back into it. The splashdown goes out, just trying to find an equalizing pick, and just like that, both of the balls that I just mentioned that Neptune had are just gone.
I mean, they managed to save one of them, but this is the real problem. They can get boxed out super easily, because as you saw there a little bit earlier, the Splatoon was able to just throw a burst bomb and shoot once and get a quick kill from a very long distance away. So now, if you're Up Inc., you don't need to play as aggressive as at the start of the game, but you do have to be very, very cautious because one wrong move, one wrong wipeout could lead that Neptune's Daycare is all in your base with a lot of clamps to go. But as it looks right now, they're gonna get their second score of the game, and they are really quickly.
Yeah, they are going in now. There's the bubble that I was mentioning earlier, and it saves them from that splashdown here. It gives the opportunity for 2 members of Up Inc. to stay alive. But Prince is quickly taken down, so really just Hudsy's left in a position. They are quickly pincered by the members of Neptune's Daycare, and another great push to extend the lead of Up Inc. They are now down to 39 points with 20 penalty, and with only a minute left, Neptune's Daycare doesn't have a lot of time to work here with. They do have 2 specials available for them and 12 clamps to their name, but now with one player down, that could be the opportunity that Up Inc. needs to really close this out. Great pick there from the S-Class though.
Yeah, that was a great pick. With only 40 seconds left for Neptune's Daycare, they can't afford to play passive. They can't afford to let Up Inc. box them out. They need to play aggressive. They have 2 specials at the ready. They're going to have a cooler in a second. Yes, their end parries are down, so that might be a bit of a hindrance. But again, we just see the tent from Up Inc. just giving out so much paint support for their team. The roller with the bubble goes down, unfortunately, of a bomb off the bubble. Bit of friendly fire there. Now with the cooler pop, the Booyah bombs pop, they have strikes at the ready. A splashdown's gonna be soon. This is Neptune's Daycare's chance to really get something going. That's a very unfortunate DC. That might be the chance that Neptune Daycare needs though, but the defense is gonna be there all through all the remaining members. They're gonna go 2 down, however, so that might be what Neptune's Daycare needs, getting down to 54, but no follow-up. They have 2 clams there, a couple more are at the basket, but they're not able to get it, and I think from the ink up up the ink from is gonna hold on despite the unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah, I believe it was Duke on the Neo splash that really gave an opportunity for Neptune's Daycare to get back into it. With that quick double, they were in great position to really open things up for them. With the disconnect for Inc. as well, it really looked like a comeback was possible, but fortunately enough, Up Inc. maintained their lead just off of the great initial pushes we saw. We saw that great first push, and on your screen right now, the second one where Neptune's Daycare went 2 down. Keely, the bubble, saved the members of Up Inc. who are still alive. Ranny was that player who was saved by that and were able to get more clams in, and if those clams weren't in to extend the lead up to 39, I think Neptune's Daycare could have swept the series here, Topic.
Most definitely. I think it's because they got such a strong first and second push that they let the clock run, because I think it was 40 seconds left, I believe. Was it 40 or 35 seconds left that Neptune's Daycare Neptune's Daycare got the opportunity to push, right? Most of the game was already gone. Yes, they had overtime. So even though they had a DC, all it meant for them is, hey, we have to play a bit more passive. We know that they're gonna be a bit more aggressive, a bit more, how do I say, careless in how they push. So if we just play our game, let them come to us, we'll be easily able to win this game.
Yeah, for sure. And now we're looking at game number 3, which is tower control on ship-shaped cargo. And something I am very interested about, Up Inc. have brought Tenebrella to both the other games. However, with a map mode such as tower control, is the effectiveness of it really reduced here? Because I believe they still bring that splat roller, obviously, for the bubble, but what do you think, Topic? Should they stick with the Tenebrella play here?
Okay, here's what I think. I think have the tent on tower? No, I think that's a bad idea. Have the tent in front of the tower, because the first checkpoint is right in front of a bridge that right in front of that left side bridge that could be very useful, and then you have that third checkpoint or second and third checkpoint which you could use the tent shield right through mid. So I think using tents more preemptively before the tower gets there might really be helpful for Neptune's Daycare. Oh, there's no tent. Never mind, I changed my mind.
Seems like they don't stick with the 10 umbrella, but they also don't stick with the splat roller and instead go with the junior for the bubble, which I like a lot. Choosing also as well to go with a much shorter range comp here, having that tri-slosher as your cooler weapon, and on the other side, pretty much the same thing for Neptune's Daycare. Keely, though, Amnesia is still on that S-Blast, and, you know, I have a thing for blasters, and if there is a map mode that really shows the strength of blasters, it is Tower Control, so definitely a player to keep your eye on. We see here already, though, Up Inc. are able to get an early lead, but Tower is still very contested between both these teams.
I mean, yeah, also, for Up Inc., they have a Neo Stamper, so they will be able to use that crab to just kind of clear out space, and already Up Inc. is able to get to the first checkpoint, maybe be able to break it, but they have to watch out for that left side, because a lot of Neptune's Daycare can just kind of, looks like they're trying to go there, but they're not able to. The strikes can come out, a bit of a GG strikes, kind of just stall the tower. It's gonna work for a minute, but they have nobody there to really contest, so yes, it was a temporary pause for Up Inc., but they're still going.
Yeah, and you mentioned the power of the crab here. I just realized that they are running bubble and crab, so if you can really develop a strong defensive position onto the tower with that combination of the specials, it's pretty much over. But we see already the dualies getting in so much of the side of Up Inc., managing to find two here, continuing to make their presence known, just being that thorn in Up Inc.'s side. They will eventually get taken down, but damage dealt for sure. Neptune's Daycare, however, are reeling from the other members of Up Inc., managing to punch right back. A great pick there by David on that junior, and now they will be able to take control of tower with much of the map painted in their ink.
Yeah, and without Neptune's Daycare members really being there to contest, I mean, these strikes are coming. They always have a strike available, so they're able to stall out. They have two members trying to go for tower. The Booyah Bomb's gonna do it, and that's gonna be a quick 3 down for Up Inc. So very, very good defense from Neptune's Daycare. Now the question becomes, can they move quick enough to get to that other side? Because already, every time Neptune's Daycare has tried to push, the junior just put up a bubble and said, hey, you are not coming here. I dare you. Because, you know, they have bombs out the wazoo.
Sure, and I want to mention Keely 2 topic. Neither team has popped their first checkpoint either, and we're well halfway through the match. The defense for both teams, especially from Up Inc., has been shown because of their specials. We saw the bubbles being defensively placed on the left side near that first checkpoint, and just that presence is so difficult to deal with if you don't have specials, but we already see already with commentators curse again, Neptune's Daycare are able to punch through it, no problem, off the back of very well-used specials. We see the dualies at the top of your screen creating so much presence. They will be taken down, but not without leaving their mark, as they are already being able to take the lead off of that.
Yeah, they're gonna take the lead, but not a whole lot after, as they're gonna get punished for a Duke here. Is gonna go down. That's a delayed wipeout for Neptune's Daycare. Now, can Up Inc. get something going? They do have 3 specials at the ready. They have the cooler, they have the bubble, they're gonna have the crab in a second, they have the whale. They can really cause some damage here, but the question becomes, is Neptune's Daycare's defense good enough? Will they bend or will they break? Because right now they're bending but not breaking. That's a nice double kill and getting out by the tri-slosher, and with very little in their way, they're able to get lead and the checkpoint and maybe have a little bit more.
And there's the double pop of the special, the bubble on the tower, and the crab Prince on the left side raining down mortar fire on the side, only stopped really by the GG strikes and the Booyah Bomb, but momentum not fully given up, but 2 players will go down, of course, as soon as I say that, so momentum is stopped a little bit, now switched into the favor of Neptune's Daycare, with 1 member down on the side of Up Inc. This could be the opportunity they need, and it needs to come now, because with 30 seconds left, this could very well be their final push topic.
I mean, they gotta get rid of that crab. You know what? I stopped talking. They got rid of it right away. With 20 seconds left, they have a really, really good shot here because Up Inc. did not get towards that or not get any points to the second checkpoint. So now they can really try to force their way through. The Booyah Bomb for protection is going to work, but the flank of the Junior is not going to work. They're going to take the lead with 8 seconds left. Up Inc. has to go for tower, so Neptune can just defend. The blaster from above is going to get a rain down shots. The one-on-one on tower is not going to work. And Neptune's Daycare in the last 30 seconds will take lead, hold on, and move on to semis. What a game.
What an upset 2 topic. Like, remember, Up Inc. only dropped 1 match before this, and now being eliminated by what seems like the underdog of this tournament, an underdog run, of course, and look at that, just with an overtime punch, just Neptune's Daycare were able to just really bounce back from the momentum of Up Inc. saying, nah, we got this, we have the specials, and really well used there to create so much space and secure that. Just well played out throughout.
I mean, I think it was that last 30 seconds. They got one down. They kept them staggered for the most part. They never let them be more than 3 up at a time. Yes, right here, they're going to be 3-4 up. But when that Junior went to go for that flank, I think that really hurt Up Inc. because they lost the paint pressure. They lost the bomb pressure. And then once Neptune's Daycare took lead, it then became, okay, panic mode. We got to go for tower. And thankfully for Neptune's Daycare, they were able to exploit that, have a splashdown, have a blaster there, and just control tower.
Yeah, and they move on now to face, it seems like, another underdog in Eat Your Veggies, as Eat Your Veggies swept the #1 seed in Aurora in this tournament. So another battle of the underdogs up there. And looking down at the other semifinals matchup, we have Krill Switch versus For the Love of Pyramid Scheme here, the 2 and 3 seeds. So not really a surprise there, but definitely interesting semis that we are going to be looking into.
I mean, they're the 2 and 3 seeds for a reason. This is kind of what the bracket determined would be like most likely to happen. So I expect another very good match coming up.
Yeah, for sure. And I just want to mention that the blaster play again. God, I sound so fucking biased. Because like, you're a blaster player, you're just gonna keep mentioning the blaster playing. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll say this: the rest of Neptune's Daycare, as well as Amnesia, were able to use their specials so well to disrupt the members of Up Inc. Like, you see the Booyah Bomb coming from Amnesia, you see the Tri-Strikes, you see the splashdown created, and the amount of room that they were able to operate, and the area they were able to deny from members of Up Inc. hopping on that tower was just really what won them that match. But switching gears here, we will be taking a look at Krill Switch and For the Love of Pyramid Scheme, which we just mentioned are our 2 and 3 seeds respectively, and we are going to be in for quite a treat, aren't we, Topic?
I assume so. Also, I'm just going to call them Pyramid Scheme because that name is too long.
What, you don't want to call them FTLOPF or PS?
That's too many letters.
Yeah, but yeah, we are going to be looking just through a 5-game series now. Remember, we are in 5-game sets now, so we are in for the long haul, in for the long road, taking a look at both these teams and how their tournaments have played out. Krill Switch have dropped 1 set, but have won 9 of their 12 maps. And taking a look at the other side, Pyramid Scheme have been very dominant in this. They have won all 4 of their sets, only dropping 1 map in their group stages, but honestly, it really doesn't mean I'm not diverting any expectations one way or the other, because we just saw what happened.
I mean, hey, it was a close set. It was a close set. It literally came down to like the last 30 seconds. But let's see what happens as we go into map number 1, Zones Ramen, which I like this map mode. I do think it can get lockout heavy, but I think the expanded bases expanded spawn points make it a lot less so. But I think let me say the left side is a lot less attractive if you're like locked into your base, because you have to take that low ground to try to go to the zone.
Yeah, and just a little bit of history that's been brought up to my attention. Pyramid Scheme have placed third in the two previous from the Ink up, so they are definitely really good contenders, but really just trying to punch through and make their way here. They are definitely a hungry team for sure, and both these teams actually are just really hungry to fight here. They've made it all the way here for a reason, and it's gonna be very intriguing to see. And like you mentioned, Robo Ramen is a very good map to start off with.
I mean, this is possibly one of the most common zones maps in the game. I can see why it's very good. There's a good semi good balance of offense and defense. I personally think it's more defensively skewed, since you can lock out kind of easily. But enough of my thoughts. Let's get into this Krill Streak versus Pyramid Scheme semifinals. There's an Octobrush. Game number 1, both pencils. We love drawing.
Yeah, I love to see the Octobrush here. If you always see a brush played, you always know that they are very tricky. They are very, very fidgety and very difficult to deal with. We see Krill Switch already off to a great initial push of it, but we already see Pyramid Scheme taking the zone back, and it is very contested here in mid, as both these teams really just trying to find that first pick, really trying to farm their specials, and really trying to find an opportunity. We see the Gal making an approach for the members of Pyramid Scheme, but they are quickly taken down.
I mean, yeah, if you look at both teams, they're pretty much identical, other than the 52 and the Octobrush. They have the same comp, so I think both teams have a kind of similar game plan. Only thing is, if you're Pyramid Scheme, you have to allow your brush to kind of sneak around, because everyone knows brushes are the rat weapons of the game. They're supposed to take attention from the enemy team. So I think they really have to capitalize on the brush just being a brush, and so far Pyramid Scheme is doing a really good job getting it down to 70 and potentially having a lockout situation here. As long as they keep the members of Krill Switch from grouping up, they should be fine.
And something that can help with that lockout situation is they have the Tri-Strikes available for them, and those Tri-Strikes, of course, get taken out, of course, when I say that. But now the Tri-Strikes come out for the side of Krill Switch to switch things over here now out of the penalty punch, now preparing for a defense of their own. It seems like a common theme for me and you, Topic, to really just curse these teams, huh?
I mean, they must be listening. That's the only way. As that Simcast gonna get canceled almost immediately, and Krill Switch, even though the zone does get neutralized, they are gonna might be able to take control of it. Yeah, they're gonna take control and try to eat away their penalty. There's a Zuka coming out, not able to get, and gets jumped on by the members of Krill Switch, somehow able to survive to tell the tale. And so far, it's been a very back and forth game. Both of these teams have been fighting for zone a lot.
I mean, that's kind of what I expected here. Just a very hard-fought game for both these teams so far, and we already see Pyramid Scheme, though, managing to edge out the lead very slightly here. They're now working their way through their penalty points. They have Zuka available. Funny Man on that V shot here, just waiting for an opportunity, maybe just trying to wait for one of these members of Krill Switch to make a move, such as this Gal. The Gal will get quickly taken down by the Snipe Rider. Great shot there, and there is the pop of the Zuka trying to take out the pencil on the other side here. We see that Pyramid Scheme is out of their penalty points. The shot will go down, so does the Slosher for Pyramid Scheme, but that pencil for Pyramid Scheme is not giving up any ground, but eventually they will have to fall back and retreat. The brush is taken out in the wake of that, but off of the back of that, Pyramid Scheme were able to extend their lead a little bit. However, Krill Switch are now out of the penalty.
I mean, they tried to get a good hold there. They weren't able to. Pearl Switch responded super quickly. But now Pyramid Scheme might have an opportunity to get something going, though the 52 might have other plans as they are going to get one and somehow survive. Never mind. The Zuka's going to come out. The Zipcaster goes right through it. And that's going to be a quick lead change for Krill Streak. The Zipcaster trying to go for Meat Boy there in the middle. It's not going to work as the Bucket's going to be able to follow up and get control back for Pyramid Scheme.
We have seen, I believe, like 3 or 4 different lead switches between both these teams, but we are nearing crunch time. It is do or die time as Pyramid Scheme now have controlled the zone, have the Zuka yet again for this hold, have Cooler on the backs of it, and they have the GG strike. So this could be a very good opportunity for them. Their strikes just going down galore. The Zuka will get taken down there, and Krill Switch do try to contest the zone a little bit. However, Pyramid Scheme will manage to take the lead right before they lose the zone. That is very key for them, as now they have a little bit of time to work with, but that time will quickly dwindle if you weren't paying attention.
I mean, they have about, what, 30 seconds until they have to try to take the lead again. They do have the Cooler, they do have the Zipcaster, but unfortunately, this 52 DGM for Krill Streak is just going in. Okay, commentator's curse again. Jesus Christ. They're gonna go down, and Pyramid Scheme, just like that, they would have taken control of zone. I think the zone's been swapped like at least the last four or 5 times in the last like 30 seconds, but Pyramid Scheme able to get 3 down, and the opportunity for a good hold. Jazz on the pencil is going to be forced to back, or force the Bucket to back away, but with only 13 seconds left, Krill Streak has probably one more chance to actually get in here.
Yeah, Krill Switch really has only one opportunity, and that opportunity might be dwindling here as Pyramid Scheme will manage to hold on to it. They will manage to take that first game, and if this is a game that is gonna be a theme of this entire set, we could very much see it go 5, as both teams look like they were in the driver's seat of it when they were able to hold the zone.
I mean, yeah, it's a 2-3. It's a 2-3 matchup. Like, you would expect this to be really close. There were so many, I think, like you said, it was like, what, 4 or 5 lead changes the entire game? Like, it was very back and forth. Either team really could have won this game. It was just unfortunate that whoever had control of zone last was going to win it.
Yeah, and we are taking a look now at what I think is going to be a very entertaining map mode, in particular based on how this match turned out. Just very back and forward, very evenly fought out. We are going to move on to Humpback Pump Track Rainmaker, and this is where that Octobrush may really prove to be an advantage here.
I mean, I'm a bucket player. I'm a bucket player, so I love this map because it's very good for buckets. So if I don't see at least 1 bucket a game, I'm suing for a false advertisement. But yeah, I could see. Yeah, I'm not familiar with a lot of Brush players because I don't really play Brush. I could see Brush being able to really dodge, dip, and dive all around because the elevation changes really helps it out, helps it with that movement. I could also see like a lot of short-range shooters being used, or like a short-range weapons being used, like Carbon, Roller, blasters like Luna, what's the other one? Custom Blaster. Just like a lot of weapons that are very mobile, I think are very effective on this map mode.
Yeah, these very close-range fighty weapons that, like, I'm gonna quote your phrase because I love the alliteration, dodge, dip, and dive. It just rolls off the tongue so well, but it's very fitting and very much what these close range weapons need to do. But I wouldn't be surprised either if we see the same comps run, but I'm going to be very interested if we see that Brush again, because the presence of it, just picking Brush and knowing you have to go against it already creates a little bit of a mental challenge if you're on the other side, because it's something you have to worry about. And that rings true especially for other weapons like you mentioned here, like the Blaster for more close weapons with that splashdown, or a Carbon Roller, which fits a similar niche that the Brush does.
I mean, you also gotta remember, even though it seems very unlikely, there are 2 two different Rainmaker pedestals, so at any moment a team could switch it up and go towards that left side relatively easily. We do see a heavy edit on both sides. Sploosh, the Rainmaker. Actually, hold on. The lot changes. There's a heavy edit and a V dualies on the side of Pyramid Scheme. Inside of Krill Switch, there's a heavy edit. There's a lot of weapon changes. I'll let you explain it.
Yeah, basically both these teams have basically just thrown their previous comps almost out the window here. We see Krill Switch with a very aggressive comp here. We see the Tri-Slosher, the vanilla one, not the cooler one, having that Inkjet. I think that's a really good choice here with that. And having the Sploosh-O-Matic as well is very good on this map because of the lanes that you have, the amount of flat space you have in mid for that stamp to really eat up. And on the other side, you see a pretty similar comp to what they had, switching out the Pencil for an edit, but Keeley also having a Crab Dualies, which I think could be key for that defense. We see the Jet already doing some damage here and already creating space as Krill Switch have already taken the first checkpoint.
I mean, yeah, I think Jet, it was actually a pretty good. I always forget about the V Slosher because no one plays. Very few people play it. It's also it's really good on this map because it's a Slosher and Inkjet can just kind of appear from the trenches. You have to really watch out for that as Azuka from Pyramid Scheme's gonna pull with the last shot, gonna save the score from getting any lower. And right now, Krill Switch has the opportunity here to try to get a little bit more going, but they just have control of mid and not allow Pyramid Scheme to get any closer or get any points on the board.
Yeah, Krill Switch has two weapons that we were mentioning and talking about earlier that are very aggressive, very short range in that Tri-Slosher, in that Sploosh that can be key in fighting in mid here, and I think that's a good reason to why they have an early lead here. However, Pyramid Scheme have been able to get back control of the Rainmaker, and they seem content on letting it reset back to mid, which I think is a good choice here as they take back control of it. The Crab is available as well to also snowball this potentially in a push for them as they need to take things one step at a time. They need to go for that first checkpoint. A good initial pick off that slot, but the Crab is canceled from a great flank from the Slosher, and just like that, Krill Switch loses 3 members, and now it is just left to the Rainmaker just to survive, and bing, bang, bop. It is a delayed wipeout for Pyramid Scheme.
I mean, that was just the worst timing ever. Both teams went 3 down. It was just the Rainmaker versus the Heavy Edit, so there's not a whole lot they can do. But right now, Krill Switch is able to get a nice Zuka pick. Unfortunately, they're going to go 1 down. Pyramid Scheme responds with a Zuka of their own, the most balanced special in the game. As Red Eye is able to just barely get out of there. The hammer is going to get canceled. And now Krill Switch has a chance to get some defense going, but so far they're gonna go 2 down, and Funny Man is gonna be forced back just a little bit, but they have a pretty clear path. But there's the rat weapon, there's the Sploosh, says no, and the hammer.
Sploosh really fills that niche. It's great Zuka shot as well. The Zuka shots have been on point for either team. Pyramid Scheme, though, still managed to take control of the zone. This Tri-Slosher will manage to find a nice double, and the push is dead in the water for Pyramid Scheme, but I'm just sure they're pleased about it, but they can't be pleased for too long as they still have quite a lead to climb. At the very least, they will have the knowledge knowing that they have gotten that first checkpoint. With 1 minute and 20 left, Pyramid Scheme has to make that one special now, just the tri-strikes for this potential retake, and Zuka goes out as well, but quickly taken down there by the Tri-Slosher. The Rainmaker taken down on the side of Krill Switch, and now it is up for grabs.
I mean, yeah, it's despite it being 20 points away, it's very, very close as DJ's gonna get a little bit closer, but they get down to 36. So now the pressure, a little bit more pressure is going to be applied. Never mind, the Sploosh being the Sploosh gets it all the way down to 14. That is very deadly for Pyramid Scheme because now you have to march the entire map to get to 13 points. And so far, Krill Switch is not looking to give that up easily.
I know it isn't because of the weapon, but I feel like whenever there's like a sneaky play with the Rainmaker, it is always the player with the sloshing machine, not the sloshing, the sploosh, just being that sneaky player, being able to extend it, and that just might be what Krill Switch needs to stay in this and stay in this set to even things up. However, Pyramid Scheme will have a final opportunity to take this. Strike tries to go out, but Keelan, the Rainmaker, is taken down from their back, and just like that, Krill Switch even things up 1-1.
Yeah, that was the most unfortunate timing ever. They picked it up. They got about 4 feet ahead of where the Rainmaker was dropped, and they went down almost immediately. Unfortunately, I think if you go down in the last 7 seconds, the rain is it 7 seconds or 8 seconds? I forgot.
It's something like that. But all I know is if you aren't able to break that shield in time at all, your chances are done and dusted, and that's just unfortunately what happened there on a great flank from members of Krill Switch.
I mean, yeah, they just went down at the wrong time. They had that push really could have that push really could had the outline of a good push, but this from the sploosh. Just doing what splooshes do. I mean, what else do you want them to do? They go in, they die, get the Rainmaker, get it a little closer, go in, die, get a little closer, go in, die, get a little closer, and they did exactly that, getting it down to 14, which really put the pressure onto Pyramid Scheme. It made them kind of panic a little bit because they had to go a lot further, because getting it 20 points, okay, it's a little challenging, but you can do it. But getting it down almost like 30, 45 points, that's like, okay, we have to go now.
You're right, and I agree with what you said, and it creates that pressure that you really have to push in, and that pressure is really what allowed the members of Krill Switch to make a play there. But moving things over to game number 3, we're on Inkblot Art Academy Clam Blitz, and just because of that map 2 and how different the weapons are, I'm not sure really what to expect here, so we can really only speculate. What do you think we could probably see here, Topic?
Okay, well, we don't have to speculate. The game's just starting right now. Let's see. Any major changes? Probably not. We do see a pencil though from the first game. Yeah, mainly from the first game, other than the sploosh from the second game. So, both of these teams have nearly identical comps. Only difference just being the sploosh on Krill Switch and the bucket. No, not the bucket. The dualies on Pyramid Scheme.
Yeah, it seems like Game 3 has been a combination of weapons from Game 1 and Game 2, which is kind of funny to see, but love to see it. But yeah, like you mentioned, only minor changes in these comps, and it is just gonna most likely shape out kind of how Game 1 is, where it's gonna be a back and forth brawl. We see already, though, Krill Switch have a lot of clams to their name. Each side has a Zuka available for them, a great pick for either side, and now it's still up in the air for who has control of mid here. Both teams are fighting very vigorously. The stamp goes out. Will find one, trying to find the second here. Will find the second, Keely on the pencil, and that might be the opportunity that they need, as this sploosh is creating so much pressure.
I mean, sploosh gonna sploosh. Like, it's gonna be in your face. It's gonna get around you. It's gonna pop a hammer from Timbuktu and just get a tail from out of nowhere. And thankfully for Pyramid Scheme, Krill Switch did not have a lot of clamps or any clamps to follow up with, as the sploosh going for the jump inside the base. It's gonna work. They have 3 more clamps to follow up. They're gonna get the first break of the first score, as Pyramid Team is gonna go 2 down, and maybe for some follow-up, as the bucket is gonna go away and get a couple more clams, but not a whole lot of follow-up, as the hero shot is just gonna be able to just back up and live for another day.
Yeah, Krill Switch with a good initial push. However, it is a lead that definitely can be taken back if Pyramid Scheme plays their cards right. They have the cooler active now. They have 2 specials available for them. There's the Zuka. Nice shot from that Zuka to take out the pencil, and off of the back of that, Funny Man and the rest of Pyramid Scheme can really open up an opportunity for them to push. The Tri-Strikes will go out right now, and now here comes the push. The pop onto the barrier will be had, but the members of Pyramid Scheme will fall 1 by 1, and just like that, a very good defense for the side of Krill Switch to stay strong here.
I mean, That's not what you want to see if you're Pyramid Scheme, because one, you did not get lead, and two, you just gave Crow Switch a free power clan, basically, a free 20 points. So now it becomes a little bit harder to play defense, because you know, if this Sploosh gets in, which is probably going to do sometime again this game, they're just going to jump in that free power clam and just run with it. But right now, a lot of neutral as the Sploosh is going to go down, and Pyramid Scheme has another opportunity to get more clams in.
They have the opportunity indeed. Zuka goes out to the side of Funny Man. We've seen how well they've done it with it, and there's the pick onto the pencil, and now a lead switch here as Pyramid Scheme are able to get that clam break, but the Zuka from Red Eye just trying to deny it. Core members of Krill Switch. Red Eye really the only member in position for them to try to stop this push, and they will eventually do it and stop the flood of the members of Pyramid Scheme from coming in. However, the lead is switched into the favor of Pyramid Scheme, but look at the clams already for Krill Switch. They are eager already to get back in.
I mean, unfortunately, the hammer's going to go down, so that kind of it hinders their pushing, but they do pop the strikes to try to clear out some space. But already, Pyramid Scheme is going to paint up over those strikes like it didn't even happen in the first place. The crab's going to come out, the Zuka's going to go down for Krill Switch, and right now, Pyramid Scheme is in prime position to score again, but there it is, the Sploosh on the flank. Never mind, the Sploosh gets canceled. That's 3 down for Krill Street, and so far, they're already, Pyramid Scheme's already in their base, but they're going to be forced out relatively quickly.
Yeah, they have the clams available for them if they want to extend this lead. Pyramid Scheme, that is, and they have the tri-strikes for them to continue to extend it. Cooler goes out for the side of Pyramid Scheme, and this could be the opportunity to really pull away from Krill Switch. If you want to go for the knockout punch, you can, but it seems like Pyramid Scheme are very content of just playing defense here. However, they need to be mindful of if they give up that much space, the members of Krill Switch will just go in and create it. However, kills going left, right, and center. Krill Switch not able to really punch it in quite yet. They still have time, and especially overtime, but they really only have one shot to do this.
I mean, they got 13 seconds. They have a hammer at the ready. They have a main advantage so far. But can they capitalize? That's the question. The hammer's gonna go in. It's gonna get one. Looking for the second. Unfortunately, the second's gonna run right into it. The hammer throw gets the third. The pencil is one shot, but they're not gonna do it just in time. And at the flip of a switch, a tip of the hat, whatever other analogy you want, Krill Switch will take game number 3 just like that.
Sploosh magic there, getting 3 members of Pyramid Scheme, and just like that, now taking the advantage 2-1 in this series. And that's kind of been a theme we've seen throughout this. We've seen just in these individual plays really pull away, really help these teams pull away and really take the lead here. And we've seen some very, very, very hype overtime pushes for both these sides. It has been very evenly fought throughout, and yet again, I wouldn't be surprised if Pyramid Scheme punch back.
I mean, at this point, they have to, right? Like, it's either you have a chance to go to finals, or you have a chance to fight for 3rd or 4th. So their backs are against the wall. They're between a rock and a hard place. They're gonna have to force a game 5. But before